What up, what up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Happy Friday, you guys. Welcome back to another live stream. Listen, I need you guys. I've been having some technical difficulty. I had to restart this live, y'all. So please bear with me. I was on StreamYard. StreamYard wasn't working, so I had to go back to my other streaming platform, which is EVMux. Listen, put a one in the chat, y'all. I'm losing my voice. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Please put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm having some issues. Can y'all see me and can you hear me? Can you see me and can you hear me? Make sure that you guys can see me and hear me. Put a one in the chat. All right. So what's going on? Happy Friday, y'all. Hopefully this is not a struggle stream. Hopefully this thing works out. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to trying to get it together, y'all. But I was definitely, so y'all can hear me. Okay, good. So y'all can hear me. We are live. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Shout out to you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope y'all are good. And thank y'all so much for being here. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button as you come into the building. Hit the like button as you come into the building, you guys. That definitely helps the channel out. Also, if you are new to the platform, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the video as well. That will definitely help the channel out, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. So make sure you guys are doing that. Listen, y'all see the topic. I titled it this way for a reason. But it says nerdy black men date white women. Plus 51-year-old ghosted by a famous singer, plus more. So we kind of alluded to this yesterday a little bit about black men dating outside their race. That became an issue. I've clearly stated more times than not that I don't have a problem with anybody dating outside their race if that's your preference. And if you can find what you're looking for, so be it. I have no qualms with that. But we know that typically black men tend to go for black women, and black women and men tend to date each other for the most part. And just like any other race of individuals, white people tend to date and marry their white counterparts, and so forth and so on. But there's been an issue when it comes to men dating outside their race, because women have often said that men tend to, when they become successful, that they automatically just go to a white woman, that they don't want to date their own women. Some women say that men hate black women and vice versa. And even though women claim that it's not an issue, they even claim that it's not an issue, you hear a lot of women, that seem to have an issue when they see a black man with a white woman or a non-black woman. But at the same time, you hear a lot of women have such a disdain, or seem to have a disdain, for black men. They say black men are at the bottom of the barrel. They're dusty. They don't provide. They don't take care of the kids. And they're saying this in general. They're not specifying some black men or the men that they've dealt with. They're just putting all men in this category, that all black men are just this way, and that's just what it is, and they don't want them. They're deadbeats. They're just horrible in their opinion. And so they while saying they don't have a problem with black men dating out, they always have something to say about it, and they have this assumption about it. But at the same time, they say they don't want black men. So my thing is, what are black men to do? That's the question I have. What should they do? Like, what do y'all really want them to do? Do you want them? Do you want to work with them, or do you not? And are you really okay with them finding love somewhere else? Because to me, it seems like we don't want you, but we don't want nobody else to want you. That's how it's coming off to me. Like, we don't want you, but we don't want nobody else to want you either. And we don't want you to go anywhere else. We want you to keep chasing behind us, even though we have no incentives to change or be better for our men, but we still want you to just chase us just because we're all black and we're supposed to do this. That's what it seems like to me. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on that. But that's what it seems like to me. It seems like they want black men to chase behind them while they continuously run in the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want them to chase you. You want them to keep chasing you while you can continue to find fault in them and see things wrong with them on every front. And you're not seemingly cooperative or trying to even, entertain the idea of that maybe women have some issues they haven't resolved or worked on, and that could be a part of the reason why a lot of men are looking to go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I just think there's work to do on both sides, but at least, men are trying to, do something to make a difference when a lot of women are not. I'm just saying. And then once again, it's not all, but it is some. It does. And there are women out here who think this way. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Listen, this live almost didn't happen, but I'm glad I'm here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says this will be Scruggle Free Stream Friday. Scruggle Free Stream Friday, child. I don't know about that, Successful MD. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. So, I have this clip. Thank you, Successful MD. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Great win. Thank you for the super chat. Says, love the consistent live streams, D. Keep it up. Thank you. I'm trying. Listen, my birthday is Monday, y'all. So I'm preparing for my birthday. So I probably won't be up here. I'm trying to make sure I give you guys something before because after today, I don't know when there might be a live stream next, but I'll try to keep them consistent. But thank y'all so much for supporting and being here. I appreciate you. Great win for the support. Yeah, it's just, it's one of these things where once again, I say as a black man, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's no, I don't understand what black women want from black men. Yes, I understand that there are deadbeats out there. I would never not acknowledge that. There are men who don't take care of the kids in the black community. That's a fact. There are men who don't do what they're supposed to do. A lot of men who are not looking for solid, stable relationships in our community. There are a lot of black men who are just out here doing their own thing, and they're not trying to take relationships seriously, and they're moving accordingly. Of course, I can acknowledge that exists, but I want other black women to also acknowledge that there are good fathers out here. There are good black men out here. There are men who take care of their kids. There are black men out here who are married, who have wives and families, who take care, who support and provide for their families. There are black men out here who do all of that. But I just hate when I hear women who are so adamant about saying that this is the nature of black men in general, and this is what they all do, and they're all dusties, and there's no acknowledgement for the men who are responsible, the men who are great fathers and who take care of their kids. I think we should focus on that more than the negatives. And I think because this is what a lot of these women have dealt with, and this is what they have been attracted to, because let's be honest, a lot of these women are attracted to these types of men, but they want to gloss over that and make it seem like, oh, this is just what we got. No, that's the ones that you pick, honey. And this brings it to the topic. How a lot of women call good guys nerds, and they're lames, and they're corny. You know what I'm saying? And these are not the guys that the majority of our women go for. But a lot of these so-called corny, lame, nerdy dudes are the ones that end up either in the NBA or, some type of scientist or some type of position where they're, they're successful and making good money. But, these aren't the men that these women typically go after. If we're going to be honest about it, these are not the men that they typically go after. While they still are roaming in that pool of the dusty men that they claim are dusty, but that's the ones they end up sleeping with and giving children to out of wedlock, because you don't require marriage. He didn't require it, and you didn't care. He was what you was attracted to, but you're constantly complaining about that. small group of men, but making it seem like this is your experience with all men. And I don't think that that's fair to say, because there are a lot of good men out here who are good fathers and protectors and providers and do what they're supposed to do. Probably more of the good ones than the Pookie and Ray Ray type that they've been accustomed to. So at one point, the stat said, what, 54% of black men are single and childless? Probably the number is more at this point. But these women aren't checking for those men. They're not focused on those guys. They're focused on the small group of men that they find attractive. And they're complaining about them, but making broad statements about all men and not acknowledging the fact that the guy that you call lame, the guy that you call corny, the guy that you call, he wasn't your type and he was too corny for you, he didn't have enough swag. Those are the men who become great fathers and providers and protectors and husbands and all of that, but y'all didn't want them. So now you're out here talking about let's get the corny guy. And at the same time wondering where all the good men at. You looked over them. They're married, they're taken now. And now you're the leftover women out here still complaining about the type of men that you chose over and over and over again. So I don't think that is a issue for the men per se. I think it's an issue for the women because of of their choices. It's always going to come back to accountability, and they don't want any accountability. I don't understand it. It's just like you have a bunch of women who just want to do what you want to do, and you don't want to accept the consequences of your own choices. Nobody forced you to go after these type of men. You knew a lot of these women know the type of men that they're dealing with, but that's their type, and that's what they like, and that's what they keep going after. That's not anybody else's fault, because you keep choosing those types of guys. And then as you get older, you're blaming everybody for your downfall because, these men don't want, no, the men that you go after don't want to do anything for you. Now, these other men that you call lame, they don't want to, you're not their type. You're not their type now. So that's nobody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but that's the nature. I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip in a second. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says the truth is they are accustomed to drama and nug. It's true. They're used to that. But then as they get older, Successful MD, now you want something special. Now you want somebody to come in. Now you're looking for stability. You weren't looking for stability in your 20s. You were looking for a good time, and that's exactly what you got. And as a result of that, you end up with children out of wedlock. And so as a result of that, now the good men aren't looking over saying, I want you and your kids. That's not they're responsible, remember? So they made responsible choices in life early on. You think they're going to just risk everything that they've worked hard for and everything that they've accomplished. And you think that they've been responsible all that time. Now they're going to get older and just throw that out the window for a woman who probably don't even deserve them? No. And this is what they're looking for, these so-called good guys now, these guys they call lames and corny. You want these guys to be responsible and to take care of you and your kids. That's who you're looking toward to do that. Now and then the bar has been raised. Now you want six figures, you want all of this from these men to come in and take care of you and your kids that based from your fun times in your prime. You had fun, you did what you wanted, got all these kids, and now you still want the most from responsible men? No, that don't work like that. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Successful MD again says, the truth is they are accustomed to drama and nug. I just read that. Blue Exodus says, happy early B-Day. I just had my birthday yesterday. Made Gemini's better, LOL. I've heard people say now that black men who date white women are down low. Insanity, LOL. They are, look, either you're going to be gay or, on a DL. Thank you, Blue Exodus. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your B-Day. Thank you so much. I just think it's just a bunch of BS. A lot of these women are just trying to shame men because they can't get them at this point. Y'all done went out, slang that cooch all over. I mean, bust it open for whoever. And now you're dealing with the consequences of those choices. And now you don't like the consequences. So now you're trying to shame men to make them want to accept you and your kids. I just don't think that it makes sense. And these men aren't doing that. When these men, thank you, Blue Exodus, for the super chat and for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. When you see the men that are out here, they're not accepting this BS. They're not. Baby Funk 1975 says, what did Mike Jones once say? Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. I think that's Mike Jones. Is that right, Baby Funk? Let me know. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Ciao. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make any, well, it makes sense. But it's not realistic for the men that are out there living their lives and men who have been responsible the whole time. That's not what they deserve. That's not what those men deserve. So let me play this clip because I saw this. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, because these are some of the clips that came from he did a great video on this. Him and JR Wisdom. Shout out to them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go subscribe. O'Shea and JR Wisdom posted about this, I don't know, not too long ago. And they made some very good points about this because it's interesting to me how women hate to look at the root of the problem. They want to go to what's happening, the outcomes of it, but they never want to address the root. Because that would mean that they would have to take some accountability. That would mean that you would have to address your issues in all of this. But they don't want to do that. So you gloss over your part and just go straight to the men and try to make them or shame them or make them feel like they're the problem, when a lot of times it's the women who are the problem, in my opinion. Listen, check this out.
I have never met a black man in an interracial relationship that has a healthy relationship with his own identity. And here's why. Number one, they fetishize their partner for their non-blackness and hold them over black women. Number two, they speak negatively on black women or on black people as a whole. Number three, they don't even identify with their own identity in blackness to then make themselves more likable or for them to feel more comfortable fitting Eurocentric standards or standards from another person of color. And four, they allow their partner to then culturally appropriate or to emulate black women without checking them or telling them what is culturally sound. Not to say there are no black men out there that have a healthy relationship with their own identity, but just from the ones that I've seen, it's usually giving self-hate, or you hate black women, or both.
Why I do not date or take black women serious. And it's not because I don't want to talk or date or not take them serious. It's because on average, okay, your typical black woman will call me unattractive. Okay, so she calls me unattractive, but yet all the other races of women, immediately they fall in love with me. They love my personality, my character, the way I move, my intellect, how I do things. But the black woman, all she sees is, in her mind, cornball. There is no in between. There is no gray area with the black woman. Okay, so if there's no gray area, I either have to be a thug or I have to be like a super white man, like a black man that's white. And if I'm neither one of those two things, I'm in the gray area. And if you're in the gray area with the black woman, you don't exist. She does not see you. Understand?
You should consider yourself lucky as a man if you are a late bloomer, because by definition, you have your options open still. Because by definition, if you go down a path early, then your particular options narrow down, whether it be options vis-a-vis where you stay, family options, career options, so on and so forth, right? So you have options open, and then also you're going to be in a position whereby you have the ability to make choices vis-a-vis these options at a later stage in your life where you're wiser, right? Presumably you're wiser. Presumably you're not a late bloomer and just spending all that time late blooming, not doing anything. So you're in a better position in your life. You have more experience and you can make better choices with regards to those options that you have open. And also you have more leverage. Let's just put it that way. So I would say I 100% agree. If you find yourself being in that late bloomer position, you should count your luck. You should be thankful because you've dodged a lot of bullets. You have more options open. You're in a position to make better decisions with regards to those options. And you have more leverage at the negotiating table, whichever negotiating table that is.
So what do you guys think about what he had to say? I think he has some valid points there. And I think, men could definitely use that. But But I want to go back to what the first woman was saying. And once again, women are the ones who, in my opinion, some women, not all women, I make that very clear. It's not all, but the ones who are, they're the ones who have this disdain for black men. They've been messed over by somebody, or they just didn't have a positive representation of men in their lives. And so they are the ones who are more or less, screaming how they hate black men. I don't hear a bunch of men on social media saying they hate black women. Now, there may be some who do, who don't really care for them, but we literally hear black women say the most horrid things when it comes to a black man. And they make no apologies for it. And they say they don't care. They don't care, what you think, how you feel. They let their feelings be known. They tell you what they don't like about you, how horrible you are on every front. But then they'll turn around and act like, oh, it's the men. The men out here, men didn't start these conversations. This is the real gag. It's a lot of the women who came out talking about, how bad men are. They don't make no money. They broke. When a lot of these women started making a little bit of money, and I think after COVID, maybe around 2020, when they got them stimulus checks, baby, they was feeling themselves and they thought they was everything since sliced bread. I think they was feeling themselves a bit too much. They didn't have to pay no rent. They had all those rent things where they didn't have to pay rent. They was getting them stimulus checks and spending money on the left and right. And they started thinking that they was the top-ish. They really start feeling themselves big time. And they're like, hell yeah, we don't need these ninjas. We got money. They're running out and then, got a few online businesses or whatever, even before COVID. And then after that, all those businesses kind of went away. They kind of fell apart, a lot of them. And then it started going downhill from there. And you still have a few entrepreneurs who got 3 businesses still out here saying they spend $300 on some slippers and that a man could never afford them and all this type of stuff. So there's still some out here thinking that they could flex, but you don't see as many. If you really pay attention, not too many of these women are out here flexing about spending a lot of money on things, because it's a different ball game now. It's a different time. But there was a time when they were out there, and this is when you heard a lot of women talking about men ain't ish and they don't need them because they thought they had all this money and they was going to be balling forever and they ain't going to never, ever have to pay that rent again. And they just going to be living it up. And then soon as that money started dwindling, and soon them PPP loans, they start going to jail and catching up with them. And catching up with them with these scams, with these PPP loans. Then you start hearing a different, it kind of slacked up a little bit. Now, oh, well, we're struggling out here. 1 minute y'all balling and y'all don't need nobody. But then you struggling. Now you need help and these niggas don't want to help you and all this kind of stuff. It's just crazy. It just shows you the selfish nature of a lot of women and what they are really out here for. You don't want to take your income and go half with a man in a household that y'all are building together. But you just want a man to come in and let you work and keep your money. And he has to spend it all on you and your kids and all of this while you go out and just be reckless. You're used to being reckless and doing whatever, but now you can't afford to be reckless. So you want somebody to come and fund your recklessness, a sponsor to fund your reckless lifestyle. So you want to be reckless. He has to be responsible. And tell me, how is that going to benefit him? How does that benefit a responsible man? It doesn't. And now the shaming tactics come out. Oh, well, y'all don't want to take care of all the bills. You must be gay. You must be listen, if I was a man, I'd be, yeah, I'm gay. Go ahead. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you know who you are and what you about. Yeah, I'll take it. If that's what you want to think, cool. Go think whatever the hell you want. Because guess what? I'd rather you people think that than me have to deal with your bullshit and all the shenanigans that y'all got going on. So if these men don't care. I hear them every day saying they don't care. They tell me in my comments all the time, DeeDee, we don't care. And I get it. They say it every day. They don't care. They so checked out and so removed from this BS. They don't care. And that's the problem. See, a lot of these women want the men to care. You talk shit about them, but you still want them to care. I don't understand it. It's some type of delusional, toxic nature. It's like some trauma building, or I don't know. It's like a trauma. It's a lot that they've dealt with so much trauma in their lives. That's how they operate. That sounds like some traumatized, I don't know. I don't know what, but it's like that's a trauma response or something. That's like a mental trauma filled, mentally insane person. I'm just saying. That's what I could come up with at this. That's all I could think. Cause like that's very traumatizing. That's very toxic. That is that that's an abusive nature. You can talk all the smack about a person, tell them how bad they are, how low down they are, how much you don't want them, how much you hate them, how much you don't want. You can't stand them. You wish they get deleted. I've heard women say. But then in the same breath, you come around and say, well, why don't y'all approaching us? Why y'all don't want to do this for us? Why y'all going to a white woman? Why y'all doing it? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
Question what?
I want to pull up this other clip. Now, this shout out to My View Productions. She posted this on her channel a while ago, and I want to play it for you guys because it makes a lot of sense. And it's just, it's just right now we're in a time where things are just backwards and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So when you hear somebody who's making sense, you want to share it. Thank you, Classy Perspective, for the super chat. Says these women do know the true definition to the word gay means happy. Right. Exactly. I guess the definition of the word gay means exactly. So that's why I'm saying thank you, Classy. I appreciate you for being here and thank you for the support, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that's why I say, listen, if I was a man, you want to call me, go ahead. I don't care what y'all think anyway. I wouldn't care what they think anyway. Because when you got your stuff together and you living your life, girl, it don't really matter what people think about you. You think I'm gay? Okay, yes, gay means happy. So guess what? I'm happy all day. If you feel like that, go ahead on. But you not. You ain't happy because you're complaining too much. You're out here complaining every chance you get. You got a problem with everything. You don't want the men. They're a problem. They gay. And they over there happy living their best life without y'all. And on top of that, these AI dolls are going to take over, okay? They don't like that. These AI dolls, these real life AI dolls that these men can get are going to replace these unrealistic women. I'm just saying. And a lot of these women are mad about that. I saw a video on Poor Man's Podcast, and he was showing the women talking about how this is going to be a problem. Yeah, it's going to be a problem for you delusional women out here who don't say you don't need a man, you don't want him. But why are y'all still concerned about all the choices that men make? Why are y'all worried about a man going to an AI doll if you don't want him? I say this all the time. That's the part I don't understand. You don't want them. They're horrible. Men are just creeps and they're this, that. Now, okay, if they go find a doll that they can, please themselves with and not have to worry about y'all, why do y'all have a problem with that? These dolls are going to replace intimacy in women. Y'all don't give a damn about that. A lot of these women are OnlyFans anyway. Y'all, a lot of these women are doing that stuff already. There's already a separation between women and men already. Men are already finding alternatives. They're not dealing with women because they don't like the type of women that are out here. And this is across the board. So what's the difference when they come up with something that, men can get and, utilize it the way they want to? They got a problem with that. Everything is a problem with a man. If you're dealing with a man, he's a problem. If he leave you alone, he's a problem. I don't understand. It's like you can't live without men. You just don't want to admit it. Thank you, Classy Perspective. Thank you so much for the super chat. So I just think, it really, you really got to change your perspective. I say it all the time. And women aren't going to be happy until men are completely doing their own thing, and then they're gonna be begging for them to come back. Begging for them to come back. Because everything that a man does is a problem, whether he's dealing with you or not. If he's from a distance, y'all gonna find something wrong with him. If he's there with you, you're gonna find something wrong with him. You don't know how to be happy. And I think it comes from a deeper place. It really does. It comes from a deeper place. A lot of these women don't know how to be happy. This is why you hear men say, you can never please her. She's never happy. These women got some trauma that they've never dealt with, and everybody is ignoring it and they focus on the men. I say it all the time. A lot of these women need real therapy, not with a sisterhood therapist, but you need a real therapist, or you need to get to the root of the problems that you're having with yourself first. And then maybe that'll help you realize why you have this disdain for men. And it's not really the men, it's probably something deeper. Maybe your father, or maybe somebody in your life, or something that's, traumatized you that you haven't worked on, and you just bringing all of your animosity and all your issues towards men, when a lot of this has nothing to do with men. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip for you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Here we go.
Question 1. Why is it that Black women will say we want a corporate thug? Do we not realize that a corporate thug doesn't exist? Why is it that a good man is considered corny or a nerd? Do we not understand that those are the men that we want in our lives? Because the corny man is going to be there for his family. He's going to take care of his children. The corny man is going to make sure that he remembers your birthday, your anniversary, or the day that you met. The corny man will surprise you with flowers from time to time. The corny man is going to be down with you through thick and thin and when things get rough. The nerd is usually the man with the high income. He's usually intelligent, and he's going to think things through before he makes a move. The nerd is usually the man who is calculating his next move to ensure the best outcome for his family and his situation. But we don't want that. We want drama.
B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3.
And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to
At Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But
Black women have to be honest about dating. If you want to find a man that has a degree with a respectable career, making 6 figures, owns a home, drives a nice car, not cheap, has family values, no baby moms, and no felony, you'll have to date outside your race. Now, the woman in this tweet is not wrong. However, there are 2 pertinent issues that she's failed to address. The first being that this isn't the typical standard criteria, qualities, or credentials that Black women seek out in mates. We've seen the type of men that they lust after, copulate with, and reproduce with. We also see the type of men that they tend to reject, which just so happens to be many of the Black men who would actually fit the criteria on this list. They'll walk around singing every good girl needs a little thug, every fuckboy needs a little love. Not every queen needs a man with a degree, no felonies, or babies. And considering the fact that they're the least desired, least likely to get married, least likely to ever be married, least likely to get remarried, and have the highest rates of marriage instability, as well as the lowest interracial marriage rates, it's going to be extremely difficult. Because the overwhelming majority of men in other cultures do not want to deal with a Black woman's attitude.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. And as much as these women want to divest, you don't see them divesting in droves, because a lot of those men are not going to take their BS. And then the women that you do see with other races of men, as much as women, and this is the funny part, as much as women talk about Black corny men, you don't want the corny man, y'all end up with a corny man. But it's okay if he's if he's not Black. If he's not Black, he's allowed to be corny. But because you're gonna whip him into shape and make him into something. But when it comes to your own men, you don't go. The corny man, you can't deal with him. He has to have swag, and he have to have all this if he's Black. That is the craziest thing ever. And I've seen this in real life, in school, like you see this all the time. They don't like the corny guys with the glasses, the smart guy, the responsible guy. You going after the guy that all the women want, the bad guy, the so-called bad guy, who don't really care about women like that. But y'all are attracted to that. And that's the way a lot of women move. And these are the ones that they give babies to and then complain about them in the aftermath. So this is not a new thing. We've been seeing this. I grew up hearing this and seeing this, that a lot of the women go after the popular guys, the guys that everybody want, the athletes. They've been doing this. It's not a new thing. And so now, once again, that you've reached a point in your life where things aren't going the way you need them to go, and you realize those types of guys were not good for relationships, now you want to reach back and get the guy that you never really wanted and probably still don't really want, but he's responsible, and you know that's what you need in this moment in your life. You need that responsible person to help you out. But we got to start teaching young people to look for those qualities in a man young. Don't just go after the guy that's popular and everybody wants him, because typically he's probably not the relationship type of guy. Go for the guys who want relationships, who are responsible, who wants to build the future, who have the tools that's needed to build a future for himself, who has two parents in the household, who is teaching him the right things, a father who is leading him and guiding him in the right ways, so that when he's older and he's looking for a wife, he knows how to pick a wife. You as the women, though, women got to understand how to accept the good man when he comes your way. Because a lot of these women have met good guys, they just didn't like him. They literally will tell you, I dated a good guy, but he wasn't bad enough for me. You have Christian women who are out here talking about how they want a man with some Christian swag. The lame Christians ain't good enough for them. I'm like, I just was dumbfounded. He gotta have Christian swag, baby. You don't just that's all. It's like a programming. It's like they're programmed to think this way. And you can't see out of it to the point to where it's holding them back. And so, once again, I say with a lot of women, it's a projection. A lot of women are projecting their own feelings onto men. So when they're talking about or complaining about black men going to other races of women, it's because they know if they could do that successfully, that they would. If they could have the other men in droves, get them and be with them, they would be happy to do it. But they don't. It's not that vast, and they don't. The opportunities for them to do that is not that vast. And when they see black men do it, they get mad about it. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Baby Funk 1975, thank you for the super chat. Says, love it when the corny ones use the reverse Uno card. Right. Thank you, Baby Funk 1975 for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, and they like to get mad at black men for divesting, but when they do it, oh girl, yeah, you the prize girl, go out, girl, go explore your options. They explore your options, and what happens? What happens when you explore your options? You end up in the same situation because you still go out and explore your options with the same type of guy. He's just a different race. And what do you get? You don't really get nothing out of that, but which they would call a good time getting ran through again. And then he send you back to the streets. It's not like you go over there and immediately after you go over there, you end up married. I mean, there's some cases like that where some women have come out and talked about, divesting and finding their husband. And shout out to them. If you go ahead, if you can go over there and find what you're looking for, do it. But don't get mad at men who do the same. Black men who do. I don't understand that. I don't think most men are out here mad and crashing out when they see a black woman with a white man or a non-black man. Do you go ahead? If you can find what you want, go ahead and find it. But don't get mad when others do the same exact thing that you're doing. And this is where the one-sidedness come in, because women are always okay if they do it, no matter if there's reckless behavior, no matter what type of behavior they present, it's all acceptable. It's all okay. But men have no room for failure. They have no room to make mistakes. They have no room to mess up anything. They have to be perfect all the time. And that's unfortunate that women think like that. And I don't know why, but it's unfortunate that they do. Thank you, Farrell, for the super chat. Says they snort crack and not cocaine. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Farrell. Thank you, Farrell, for the super chat. I appreciate you. What the hell is Christian swag? Your guess is just as good as mine, Lorenzo. I have no idea. But I just heard a woman say that. She want a man with Christian swag. The same way I say they want a Tupac in a suit. They want a corporate thug, like that lady said. Like My View Productions. Shout out to her. She said they want a corporate thug. That means you want a guy who can go and do corporate America and make that money, but have the swag and the thug-like appearance and tendencies that you like. They are stuck on that. It's ingrained in their brains. It's like I said, it's like they've been brainwashed to think this is what they should go after, while looking over all the good men with all the potential. Word about men, getting to the bag and all this, but the men who actually, all these men in tech, these men who probably make good money, but they look at them and they consider them lames and nerdy and all these things because they're smart. It was always known that, women look at smart men as nerds. Even it's growing up, he's a nerd. He wear glasses, he's smart. He know how to read. So you don't like him. But you want the thuggish type of dude that barely show up to school and barely can read. Make that make sense. I don't understand. But then you want him to be and you want him to turn his life around but still had a swag, but got that thug in him. And then you want him to go and somehow make it to corporate America and be everything that you need him to be. You want him to be a responsible, high paying thug by nature, but he was able to pull himself out the gutter and get a job and make good money and take care of you and be responsible and worthy of you and build a life with you, marry you, be with just not that usually don't work like that. Those guys don't typically have, it's like they want a package that only they can come up with. There's a package deal of a man that they deem worthy, that they will accept and they'll be okay with him. But anything outside of that is a problem. He too this, who this, he don't have this, he don't like his mama, he too short. I mean, he don't make enough money, or if he do make enough money, he ain't cute enough, he ain't fine enough, he don't have enough swag, or his shoes are ugly, his belt is ugly, his hair is whack. Like, it's just the stupidest things that you see on these pop the balloon shows and all these shows where these women are complaining about things that really don't matter. But then when you can't find a man, all men ain't this and all men ain't that. No, you don't know how to pick them. Then when you tell them you don't know how to pick them, oh my God, what you mean I don't know how to pick them? They just saying, no, you don't know how to pick them, and you've never learned how to pick them. You've always picked the wrong guys. That's why you're in the predicament that you're in my opinion. And so, yeah, this idea and this notion that men can't, go for women that want them. I always say, look, love the person that loves you. Stop going for this type and all these superficial things that don't matter. Love the person that loves you. Go for the person that wants to be with you. And y'all make that work. If people can understand that, we would be in a much better position as it relates to our communities and men and women, getting together and building families. We would be in a better place. It would look a lot better. Classy Perspective, thank you for the super chat, says they tried to finesse the guys at the Afrotech convention. Man, got shut down because these gentlemen knew their game plan before they enter into the room. Yeah, I heard about it, Classy. Yeah, in droves going to Afrotech trying to get them in. And these men, they say these men was not even paying them any attention. If they say something to them, they say something and they move on. They're not there. They understand why y'all are there. Y'all are desperate. Y'all getting desperate. Y'all moving out of desperation, not because you really want these men for real love and relationships. I don't know if that even, I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, but it's like what's being portrayed on social media, it surely does look like real love and real commitment don't exist. Everybody trying to get to the bag. Everybody trying to get to the bag. Everybody trying to level up off of a man. And this is the point that women don't like you to know. They want y'all to believe, oh, we're so successful, we don't need a man, but y'all do, because you need a man in order to level up. If you really want to be honest about it, they need men to level up. Because they're not leveling up from their girlfriends, because honestly, a lot of women don't even like each other. If your girlfriend is successful, she's not giving you the tips and the tricks of how she did it. She gonna level up because she want to be better than you. But you want a man in your corner who likes you, because if he likes you, then he wouldn't mind giving you that information. And you want to use him to level yourself up just to turn around and leave him alone and then claim you did it all by yourself. I've seen that happen too. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat, says even supersized big backs drink the bad Kool-Aid all the time. All the time. Hell, thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And then I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, they want to spin one narrative, but we see something different. You get on social media and try to flex and, I don't need these men, but then turn around and you begging men for money. Well, these men don't want to pay out for our dinner dates. And then we see y'all going to dinner with your girlfriends running out on the bill because y'all don't want to pay for it. Either you can't pay for it or you just don't want to pay for it because it's too much. So y'all are going out here on girls' dates and y'all running out on the bills because y'all ain't got a man to pay for it. See, This is why there was that video out there of this man at the table with all these women talking about, oh, you're the only man at the table. Sir, you're supposed to pay the bill. I know you lying. And who told y'all that? What kind of stuff of this? I'm not used to this. Well, baby, you better get used to it. Because just because he's a man, he's supposed to come out and pay for all y'all food and y'all, and the big backs be there, big backing it up, eating everything you can think of in the name of that man is here. He gonna pay for it. I better get everything I can, because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to afford this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, insane to me. But this is the mindset. They've gotten so used to playing men, to be honest. They've gotten so used to finessing men to now they don't know what to do with themselves. When they go out, men ain't buying all these drinks like they used to. You might have a few buying a few here and there for an attractive woman, maybe, I'm sure. But it's not happening to all these. Every man is not out here sending drinks over to you left and right and willing to just pay for stuff because you're a beautiful woman. That's what they've been accustomed to. Now men realize that y'all taking advantage of it, that y'all only using men specifically for that, and that's it. So now they've backed away. Like, hold on, we ain't doing that. We gotta see what's going on first. Not that a man won't take care of his woman, but it has to be his woman. If you for the streets, why should he do that? When he know you got Tom, Dick, and Harry in your phone as food, rent, car note, snacks, whatever. Why would he put himself in a position to be the fool to do things for you when he know that you're out here playing games? Come on now. Y'all, they're mad because men are smarter and men realize their games. And they're mad about it. Because why? I would be mad too. If I was out here finessing people and getting paid, if that was what I was doing, getting paid from these men, finessing this one out and that, and getting everything I want out of them, hell, when they wake up and realize the truth and I can't get none of that, I guess I would be mad too. When the jig is up and now I'm exposed, hell, I would be pissed too, because I ain't got all this. I can't really afford all this. I was used to this one giving me my rent, this one giving me my car note, this one taking me out. I could eat good with him. I could do this. If I was out here doing that too, I would be mad too when the jig is up and these men realize you ain't nothing but a user, and they commence the funds, like, stop doing that. Then yeah, I would be pissed too, I guess. Damn, now I can't live my best life. Damn, now I gotta go back to the bare minimum. Because I ain't got money to pay like they was paying. You see what I'm saying? Or you don't want to because you got bills to pay too. So and especially when you don't have a man paying your bills, you got to pay them yourself. Oh, damn. Some things going to have to change. So yeah, I guess I would be mad too. If the freebies just stop, I probably would be pissed too. And that's what's happening. So then they're, talking to each other. The sisterhood is having a meeting. What can we do to reel these men? Let's shame them. Let's tell them they ain't a man. Tell them they're not a real man. If they don't do this, if they don't do that, if they don't pay our bills, they ain't a real. Let's tell them. Let's tell them. So they can feel stupid about not doing it, and then I can force them back to do it, child. That's the strategy. Let's say they gay. They say they this. They don't do all this to make them think that, oh, this is what they should be doing. No, they're not falling for it. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat. Once again, says, are you going to cover the Remy and Papoose back and forth on IG? Papoose mentioned Remy slept with both men and women, even though he was loyal to her. I saw it, and I'm thinking about it because it's just a mess. I got the videos, so I may cover it, Divine Photos, but it's just, Remy Ma's attitude and all that is just so manly and masculine to me. It's you could see the hatred in her eyes, in my opinion. And of course you got women defending her, some defending her, some are not. And it's just a back and forth. These people are too grown for this, too old for this. It's just crazy that you see grown people out here with a child together or with children out here going back and forth like this. And you have to think, damn, how was their relationship for real? Like, how could you be with somebody and then talk to them in such a way? She's calling them weirdos, and it's like, damn, how did he have to get to that point? And if I was him, I would hurry up and get a divorce from her. He's still legally married to her. I think he filed it. Did he file the divorce? I think he did. Just hurry up and get a divorce and move on, because this is petty. It's very petty to see this play out on social media. And I mean, you could see she's so angry in her eyes. You could see the anger just sitting there. I'm like, oh, Lord. And I was like, Lord, this is very messy, Divine Photos. So I may cover it if y'all want to hear my take on it, but I just think it's just messy. Thank you, Divine Photos, for the super chat. Successful MD says, imagine finessing and still being the ultimate what do you loser? Okay, imagine finessing it and still being the ultimate loser. Yeah, they still ain't winning, and it just looks bad. They look stupid. I'm just saying. Thank you, Successful MD. Irving Hunt, thank you for the super chat, says, I was considered a nerd. Many years have gone by and I do well now. I can't tell you how many women I used to know are trying to get me now. Nope. I find it amazing. That's how it is, Irving. Thank you for the super chat, Irving. I appreciate you for the support. That's just how it is. That's how it is. That is how that's what they're doing. They've made their choices in life. It didn't work out. And now they want to come back to see who's available and who they can try to finesse. And they realize, oh my God, oh, that's such and such. He was a nerd at school. Oh my God. He probably made good money now. So let me go over there and try to talk to him. Let me try to finesse him. Let me try to see where his head is at. Let me see if he gonna let me take his money. Because that's what it ends up being about. It's not. They don't want you. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust them as far as I could see them. Because it's just a game that they want to play. They're desperate. They need money. They need help. They need support. They're looking for any man who's willing to give them that lifestyle and take care of them. And this is why they hate podcasts, because the men are telling them in a red pill community, because they're telling them, hey, don't be a simp. Don't do all this for a woman that you barely know. If don't just on GP because she look good. Oh, you just start just splurging and spending money. No, don't do that, because that don't benefit you. Now, you just losing money. She don't want you. She just want what you can give her. And if you gonna give it to her, she gonna take it, every bit of it. This is why when you stop, they get so mad and start calling you out your name. They show you their true colors when you don't give them that money. You don't buy things for them. They're gonna let you know what it is and what it really is about. So before you put yourself in that position to be just disrespected, don't do it in the first place. You can avoid that. You don't have to be a simp. You really don't. And a lot of men are realizing that, and they're not trying to go that route. They're really not. So yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem for the women, because they realize men aren't moving the way they used to move. They don't they're not just handing you money and giving you this lifestyle, and they're losing it, because now they got to really get up and work hard to eat and take care of themselves. And if you want that lifestyle, baby, you're going to have to provide it yourself. That's just it. That's just it. So the idea of men, I wanted to say the idea that men are accepted. I wanted to say this real quick and we're going to move on. The idea of men being accepted by other races of women is not shocking to me. And it's not shocking that men are looking for love elsewhere, because listen, a lot of these men who were considered nerds back in the day, I think that was Irving, like Irving just said, they didn't get the attention. They didn't get attention from Black women. Yeah. Irving Hunt just said it. And there are many men who speak on this, who talk about growing up. Hell, a lot of athletes and a lot of individuals talked about when they were coming up, Black women didn't like them. They were considered nerdy or ugly or too skinny, or they just didn't like them. And so I think that was, what's his name? That football player. He was talking about when he got to college, he started getting all this, attention from white women. And those are the ones who flocked to him, and they found him attractive and talking about how handsome he was and all of this. So that became his choice of women, because those are the ones who showed him love. It makes sense to me. But once again, we have women in our community, unfortunately, who live in this who have this toxic mentality. This entitled mindset that men are just supposed to just run behind y'all and chase y'all no matter how ratchet you are. No matter how aggressive, mean, or, you are, you still think that black men should be loyal to you. No matter how much you tell them you don't want them, no matter how much you put them down, no matter how much you tell them, I'm not doing nothing for you. I'm not going 50-50 with you. I'm not helping you. I'm not doing nothing for you at all. They don't seem to care about them at all, but you still want them to chase behind you. You still want them to be loyal to you. That's some type of toxic BS. For real. That's strange. But it's the way they think. No matter what, y'all should be with us. If you telling me I ain't this and I ain't that, and you could care less if I live or die, why would I continue to run behind you? Is this some type of voodoo? Because that's what it seems like to me. Like some type of witchcraft. Like, oh my God, like y'all just think the men should be in a trance and just follow you no matter how, like you want to be there whipping, somebody you can whip on, and you need them there to just put them down. You need somebody to keep boosting your ego to make you feel good about yourself. So you're using black men as the person that you can talk down on to build yourself up. Because if you don't have them around to be your whipping boy, because that's what it seems like they need them for, to sit there and have them as your like the person, you can just beat them down constantly to make you feel good. That seems like what a lot of women want them for. Because the minute they try to move on, y'all got a problem. In droves, the Bonnet Brigade was on YouTube heavy. Bonnet Crew was on here heavy when them Passport Bros popped up. When them Passport Bros popped up, oh my God, bonnets, and they came out in droves. They were all over social media, mad. Dry mouth, nightgowns on, bonnets just in the camera so close, like, what are they doing? These Passport Bros ain't nothing but dusties. I mean, they were mad. They were big mad. Big and mad. And I mean, to say they didn't care, I was like, why we got so many videos? They were putting up video after video after video after video. I was like, God dang, why are they so mad? And they you could tell they was mad, steaming. Their voices were heavy. They were big and the bonnets were real. And they were out there heavy, baby. Because all them, they ain't got no money. They're the bottom of the barrel. They can't even afford this, but somehow they can afford to go and travel out there to see these women, right? They didn't ask y'all for the money to go out there, did they? Did they come to y'all on social media and say, give me some money so I can go travel to meet some women? They didn't ask y'all for the money. They had enough money to go over and travel and still doing it. Whether you agree with their tactics or what they're doing, it's their money, it's their life. If they choose to go and travel with their money and do what they want, isn't that their business? Why were these Bonnet Crew Black women so angry that these men were deciding to go get a passport and go somewhere? It's not that hard to do. And so if that's what you choose to do, why were they so angry if you didn't care? Well, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't care? Because I didn't care. And I didn't make a video condemning them and telling them, they're bottom. I didn't do that because that's their choice. These are grown men. They can go wherever the hell they want to go. So it's like they want to police the men and control them at the same time, condemn them, police them, talk about them. But you want them to chase you. You want them to take care of you 100%. You want them to do the most for you, but you don't really care about them. You can't make it up, really. It's sad, though. It's really sad. For real. And it's a sickening thing. Successful MD says, everyone is a nerd about something. Everyone is a nerd about something, even scamming. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Calvin Cook, thank you for the super chat. Says, if you can't find 1 out of 100 reality hits. Right. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate you for the super chat. Pilot J say, I was an athlete. My youngest brother had severe asthma and was nerdy. He had 3 bachelors in science. Wow. A MS in cybersecurity, BS in computer science, and bachelor's in cloud computing. He never forgave black women for being looked over young. I get what you're saying. I truly believe they hate us for not being I truly believe they hate us for not being wealthy. How are you going to hate black men for not being wealthy when the majority of them are not wealthy? And if y'all came from the same broken homes, why would you expect so much? The expectation for black men is through the roof. You know, it's the mentality like, oh, just, you know, forget what you've been through, forget, you know, things systemically that have, you know, kind of held black people in general down for years, even though I don't believe that that's an excuse for you to succeed, because we do have a lot of successful black individuals out here, but I do acknowledge that that is a thing. We can't acknowledge that it didn't happen. And there are still some systemic things that are put in place to kind of try to hold black people back. But we know that there are things that you can do to kind of, you know, get over that. You can still be successful, but at the same time, we can't ignore that does exist. But also, if you were raised in a household that was toxic, you didn't have the right tools to succeed, you didn't have the motivation or the drive to get up and do something, what tends to happen? A lot of those young men turn to drugs, or they turn to a life that ends them up in, you know, they end up in jail. I've seen that happen. Grew up in it. And so, you know, there are a lot of obstacles that a lot of these young men have faced, but nobody wants to get to the root of that. They were raised by mostly single mothers. The fathers weren't there. The fathers were never prioritized. These women were getting to the D, having fun. And that may not be all of them, but it's a lot of them. Okay. So we're not going to say all, but it's a lot of them that have that experience where they were just having fun and getting pregnant, and they didn't require marriage. They didn't require the man to be there or anything. So they raised the kids by themselves. It was a choice for a lot of these women. And they made that choice, and it didn't pan out, and these mothers struggled, and these children struggled as well. So a lot of the children turned to theft, drugs, selling drugs, you know, doing things to get quick money because they need it. Their mothers aren't able to provide for them properly, so they find ulterior ways to try to make it. And then that ends up badly for them. But then, you know, what was my point? I forgot my point. What was my? Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate you. I forgot the point I was gonna make, y'all. Child. When you say they hate you for not being wealthy, but I mean, the majority of Americans in this country are not wealthy. The majority of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are not wealthy in this country. Most of us are not wealthy. So I don't understand how these women just assume that, a black man just supposed to, you know, pull himself up by his bootstraps and get to all the money and just be rich. And you're not rich. You're not rich, but you want them to get rich to take care of you, and you're mad because they're not. But why aren't you? Why aren't you rich? You got these entrepreneurs, independent boss chicks who brag about it. Why aren't y'all rich? Why can't y'all take care of yourself? I'm saying, why can't you help a brother out? Why can't you get rich and then reach back and pull a good brother up and help him level up? Why is it always the man got to level you up? If you can make it and you made it to the top, you can't reach back and pull a good brother up and say, hey, I'm gonna pull you up. You gonna level up off of me. I'm gonna show you some stuff and level him. Why you can't do that? And now y'all both are rich, and y'all can live y'all best life. Why can't they do that? Irving Hunt, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, the bonnets were real. I laughed hard. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, because they were. I mean, shoot. They were real, and they were heavy in rotation. They were out, child. They were outside. Thank you, Irvin Hunt. I appreciate you. Hell, they were. I mean, and shoot. It's just crazy. But anyway, let's continue. I got another clip for y'all. Make sure you are hitting the like button, y'all. We got about 168 watching, 150 likes. Y'all look close. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button to get it up to the 168 that's watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's continue. Here we go.
Dating is for non-monogamy. You're not supposed to be committed in this stage. You're not supposed to be loyal in this stage. You're not supposed to be prioritizing that person in this stage. Dating is supposed to be non-monogamous. And when you move to the next level and you ask this person for their hand in marriage, that's when you can get their commitment.
Some people are just dumb, okay? And you're going to have to learn to stop listening to dumb people because they give dumb advice and you become dumb. Unless you want to become this person sitting in your car with a wig on and a turtleneck and auntie arms. Then you listen.
Have a baby by me or get a train ran on?
Do I get to pick who's running the train?
Yes.
Oh, then probably the train.
Baby, hold on. I wasn't ready. Child, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. So, back to that first woman real quick. Now, I don't even remember what all she said, but I know it was a bunch of BS. I don't really be listening to that because you could cloud your mind and your brain with a lot of this stuff, and then you be thinking like they think. Then you be talking like they talk. Like it just seeps into your brain and mess your stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really be listening to when I get a glimmer or a glimpse of it's gonna be BS, I tune it out. I don't even be hearing what they be saying. I know it was a bunch of BS she was saying, and I didn't agree with it, so I just tuned it out. That's all right. You have your opinion. That's cool. I ain't got to really let that seep into my brain and try to change my narrative because, I just don't want to take that chance. But I think she was saying something to the effect of, basically, as a girlfriend, you don't owe a man, boyfriend, you don't owe him girlfriend experiences or something. You're not, what did she say? You're not obligated. Let me go back because I didn't hear what she was saying, y'all. I did not hear what she was saying. 1 second. Let's replay it.
Dating is for non-monogamy. You're not.
So she's saying boyfriends don't deserve loyalty. Okay. What's y'all thoughts on that? Boyfriends don't deserve loyalty. Let's continue.
Supposed to be committed in this stage. You're not supposed to be loyal in this stage. You're not supposed to be prioritizing that person in this stage.
Okay.
Dating is supposed to be non-monogamous. And when you move to the next level and you ask this person for their hand in marriage, that's when you can get their commitment.
Some people are just dumb, okay? And
so now I heard what she said. So when you're dating and you have a boyfriend, y'all have established that you're my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend, okay? We together. We ain't married yet, but we together. We gon' try to create a relationship here, right? And y'all have established that you're my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend, and that's not supposed to be a monogamous situation. So when you've established that you want to accept this person as your boyfriend and you're my girlfriend, so does that mean that it's not monogamous? Should she still be out sleeping with other people, and should he still be out sleeping with other people because y'all are not legally married? What's y'all thoughts on that? And he's not your priority. There's no commitment there, so you don't owe him anything. This is what they say, right? So the same way I hear women who say, oh, you're not going to get wifey material. You're not going to get wifely duties from me until I'm your wife. But the problem with that is, and I understand a little bit of it, but my thing is this: if you're dating this person and y'all are getting serious, and he's considered your boyfriend, your man, or whatever, why wouldn't that be considered a monogamous situation? When we see so many girlfriends who get upset when their boyfriends cheat. So why is it now all of a sudden that doesn't mean monogamy and there's no loyalty or no obligation to each other? Why do women get so pissed off and complain about men cheating? The majority of the women who say men cheat, they're not married. They're typically in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, unmarried. So why is this such a problem for women when men cheat then? If we go by her logic, right? Then women shouldn't have any problem with a man going out and exercising his options, right? Because y'all are just boyfriend and girlfriend. I am not obligated to you, and you are not obligated to me. But they talk out the side of their necks, You don't really mean what you're saying. She's saying that because she probably don't have a boyfriend. Clearly, she don't have a man. So they just say anything when they don't have a man. But if you had a man, if he was your man, y'all said, oh, we're gonna go into this relationship. We're gonna try to see what we're gonna go with this. You wouldn't want him going out sleeping with a bunch of other women and you know about it. You wouldn't like that. You would feel insecure about it, like most women do. So it's a bunch of BS once again that, like I thought, this is not their true, what they really think. They just say anything just to say it, but you know good and well, you would have a problem with a man who's considered your man going out and sleeping with other people, exercising options, and make it known to you. You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't feel right about that. This is why a lot of women say they leave men because he was cheating and he was this and he was that. Y'all not legally married. Y'all not married. Y'all are boyfriend and girlfriend. So what's the problem? By her logic, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a deal breaker. That shouldn't be something you complain about. But it is on a daily basis. So this is once again why I say, look, just don't even listen to the BS because it's just that. It's BS. It don't make no kind of sense, y'all. Don't even, that's why I said, look, I close my ears to because I know it's a bunch of BS. And then this idea that when you're dating somebody that you don't show them who you are, you don't show them wifely duties or none that to me that's BS too. I said it before. Look, I cooked for my husband before he was my husband. Hell, he cooked for me. He's done things for me before I was his wife, and I've done things for him before I was actually his wife. The qualities that you have as a woman is the qualities that let this man know if he wants to commit to you or not. Y'all let me know if I'm lying or if I'm flying. Because y'all are men. Y'all the ones that got to choose this. Y'all are the ones that choose and decide who you are going to make your wife or what wifey material looks like. Men are the ones who choose this. So women really shouldn't be listening to other women talking about what a man wants and how a man gets a. No, that's for men to determine, right? Men determine who they want to marry, who they want to build a life with. Based off of a woman's characteristics and things that men see in her. He makes that decision as to whether this is wifey, whether he putting you in a category of, you know what, we could be here, but I'm not marrying her because there's some things about her I don't think I could marry her. Or you put her in a category of, this my girl, but I don't know about marriage. I don't want to marry her. Or I don't really want to marry her. This is just a smash and dash. That's it. Now I can't take it no further. Or whatever categories y'all have, y'all put women in certain categories just like women do. Women don't know about that though. But so you put a woman in a category, you know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know in the chat. Men will put women in certain categories based on the behaviors that they see. So if you're with a man, in my opinion, and you've been with him for years and years and years and he don't want to marry you, there's something about you that makes him not see you as wifey material, right? I said this before. He doesn't see you as wifey material. So that's what it is. So if you have characteristics of what is considered wifey material, if you're just a good woman and you're just doing things for the person that you say you care about, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with doing things for the person that you are in a relationship with, even though y'all not married yet? But you know, he knows that your priority is to get married and you know that his is. Y'all should make that clear in the beginning. But you still have to get to know each other, see if how this goes before you jump into that, right? But if you have a woman who's showing you who she is on a normal basis, that she's just a loving, caring woman, she's a good chick. She don't mind fixing you a meal. She don't mind doing things. Like I said, I've cleaned up my husband's apartment, even though it wasn't really bad. But I'm saying I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see anything wrong with. If he was hungry, I could make a meal. You want something to eat? What was the problem with that? Women make such a big deal in this new era of modern women who are telling these women, girl, he got to do this, he got to do that for you, but y'all don't want to do anything for the man. You don't want to do it, and you don't think men realize that. See, these are not the old simp crash dummies of the 70s and the 80s and 90s. These men are paying attention and they're woke. They had the red pill. If they didn't have a daddy who told them, they had the red pill community to let them know what these women are up to and don't fall for it. So they can thank them for that, the ones who are listening, because it's helped a lot of men, in my opinion. And so, I just think it's something that, when men are they know the nature of a lot of women now, so they're not falling for it. But to tell these women, for other women to tell these women, oh, you shouldn't be doing wifely duties as a girlfriend. But the gag really is, y'all. Then we're going to move on. They want men to do husband duties as a boyfriend. This is the weirdness, y'all. But you want that man to buy you stuff. You want him to treat you special. You want him to get you stuff on y'all 6-month anniversary that y'all been together. You want him to buy you birthday gifts. You want him to be a gentleman. You want him to do things for you. If you need help, you want him to help you, right? If we go by the logic of women, that man shouldn't do a goddamn thing. He shouldn't do anything. He should just sit there and be considered your boyfriend, but don't give you a dime. Don't cater to you. Don't do anything for you. Part of the things that make a couple grow and develop and lead to marriage is because of who they are together, how this person treats you, how you treat them, how y'all build things together. You look at a woman and see her qualities. If you can't see the type of woman that she is and she doesn't, show you or possess the qualities that you are looking for in a wife, why would you marry her? Why would you turn around and say, oh, she don't do shit for me. Oh my God, she just a selfish woman. It's like she's not my girlfriend. Why would he what would be the incentive for him to marry her? Y'all tell me. What would be the incentive for you to marry a woman if she's not showing you any of the qualities that you expect from a wife? Make it make sense. If she's not nurturing, if she's not loving, she don't show no love to you whatsoever. She don't do anything for you. She seemed to not like you. Why? And then they wonder why these men don't want to marry them. Because y'all listen to these single, bitter old women telling y'all you shouldn't be doing girlfriend things, shouldn't doing wifey things as a wife, as a girlfriend. Now, I do agree that you have to have priorities and you have to have a time frame, I would say, for what it is that you want. You have to let the man know that, hey, your priority is to get married. I'm not just going to sit around forever waiting on you to figure it out. If you know I'm the one that you want to be with, then it shouldn't take you all that long. But at the same time, the man still have to vet you. He can't meet you one day and then 2 weeks later he want to marry you unless there have been people who have gotten married super quickly because they knew that this was the woman they wanted to be with. And some of them worked out, some of them didn't. But I would think the man would have to see who you are, just like you want to vet him and know what he's all about and see him when he's mad, see him when, how he is, how he deal with trauma or deal with, when he's angry and how he treats you and all these things. You got to see how that plays out. But so if you don't show the man any of that, he's going to assume that is not in you. That's not a part of you. And if that's what he's looking for and you're not presenting that, then he's not going to marry you. I'm just saying. Classy Perspective says these women are BS artists like the Kendra G callers. All of these women have drizzled caramel on their areolas without the title of girlfriend. Shaking my head. Oh my God, not the drizzled caramel. Yeah, I mean, you're doing everything else, but then you don't want to, he folds some clothes or, clean up or cook a little meal, make him something to eat for work or with lunch. Or, like, they don't want to do anything, but I bet you want him to do stuff for you. So if he don't do anything for you, y'all gonna be okay with that? That's what I want to know. Thank you for the super chat, Classic Perspective. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But once again, I told y'all a long time ago, it's a one-sided deal when you're dealing with women, and this is why men are walking away. Calvin Cook says, Zaddy snatched them benefits. Do you need a man now? Yeah, of course. They out here desperate. Oh, they desperate, Calvin. They're desperate. Trust me, they out here, they trying to shame y'all to death to make sure y'all turn around and say, okay, we going to give you our money. We going to give you what you want, queens. They're really hoping y'all really listen to them and change their mentality so they can get them coins because they desperately in need of it. I'm just saying. Thank you, Calvin, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, they and when, all these Section 8 and all these benefits and all this stuff is about to go away. Oh yeah, they're going to amp it up. You're going to see all the bonnets coming out in the thousands. The thousands of bonnets going to be out, baby. They're going to be desperate. They're going to be making these videos every day on TikTok. They're going to be telling y'all how bad and desperately they need y'all, how they miss y'all, how they going to do right. I've already seen some videos like that, but they're going to come out in droves. They're going to wake up every day with the bonnet on, ready to go. Ready to go. They're going to be lit. They're going to be really outside on these social media streets. They're going to really be telling y'all how much they miss y'all. We sorry and this and that. We're going to do right. Please take us back. Please take us back. Just watch. Because they need help. They're in desperation mode. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Get a train ran on.
Do I get to pick who's running the train?
Yes.
Oh, then probably the train.
Oh, baby, I'm gonna get that train ran on.
I'll get the train.
I give a kid with you, my nigga. I have a kid with you, my nigga.
No offense, but I just like niggas. I like the dick. The dick is I mean, I'm gonna take the train.
I'll get a train ride on me. From the back, from the front, wherever.
How many niggas?
I'm gonna get that train.
Choo-choo! I get paid? Yes. Choo-choo!
What's the most a guy should spend on a wedding ring?
I definitely want a huge rock, so I'm gonna guess that it probably costs about at least like $500,000. That's like.
Did she say $500,000 for a ring? Did she say that? When I say delusional, I mean straight up delusional.
Oh my God!
She say 500,000. 500,000 for a ring. They really think everybody's rich, right? They just really think the average person got money sitting around to spend $500,000 on a ring, really? And this is not delusional, right? And then this previous post with the train thing, not one woman said, you know what? Nah, neither. I don't want a train ran on me, and I don't want to have your baby. I don't know you. Nobody said where morals and values just don't exist anymore, right? Am I tripping? There's no morals or values anymore, right? That's an old person thing, right? Maybe that's just I'm too old for, maybe that's just that was back in the day, right? You shouldn't have any morals or values in 2025. You just anything goes, right? And then we talk about in Houston and all across the world, all these diseases and the epidemics and people getting all kind of big nasty bumps all over their mouth and all over their face, all over their bodies, just nasty stuff happening. But they act like they don't know why that's happening with people running trains on each other and just out here just living it up, just doing whatever. And that's what they're teaching the young women. That's what you have. Women have children. This is what you're teaching your children, that it's okay to be a 304. That it's okay to open them legs and let anybody run through, no matter how many children, no matter how many diseases out here, no worry about potential of getting diseases and children and all this. Oh, just one lady said, oh, just sleep with as many men as you can. Just do. And I'm just like, what? Y'all really hate these young women. And I did a video of a woman talking about how older women, they don't like older women because older women are jealous of them. I did a video on that. But it shows. Y'all just really trying to set these women up for failure. This is crazy. No morals, no values. Anything goes in 2025 and beyond. And then you talking about a $500,000 ring for that somebody, you think somebody gonna pay to marry you? Baby, we're cooked. Like that man say, oh, this community is cooked. For sure. For sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're cooked. For real. Latrell M, thank you for the super chat, says $500K. You lying to me. Nope. She dead ass. She dead ass. Because she really think that a man is going to spend $500,000 on a ring for her. That she going to be looking for that ring, boo. And then they don't even, it's like, I don't understand. She's probably never seen $500,000. And most people haven't seen $500,000. So you think somebody got enough money to spend on a ring for you? I wish I had stopped the cap because it gotta be capped. Thank you, Latrell, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Man, let's continue.
Cost that much? Like diamonds?
I would say maybe like, I don't really know, but I would at least hope somebody's spending like 30,000 to 50, right? Like, is that the amount for a ring? Like,
give us no
30,000 to 50,000,
I'm just asking you what you think.
I think, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like 20 to, I think definitely in a 10,000 range, like 10, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, something and above, like for sure. But not 10. I'd say like 30.
Okay, so 30,000 is the max he should spend on a ring.
The minimum. I mean, I don't know how much rings cost. So
I have no idea, but I'm definitely still going for it at $500K. I want a big ass rock, so I'm guessing it's gonna cost like a lot of money.
For him spending $500K, what does he get from you?
Hopefully I get to be the mother of the kids. I get to live a beautiful dream life, and he supports my career. And I support him.
For my ring, my cost, I say like 50,000. He definitely will have a loving wife, a loving mother of the kids, a supportive person overall, and uplift careers and everything. So
now this is funny, They say, oh, he's going to get a loving wife and I can be the mother of the kids and he's going to support my career. I don't think they really know how this is supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they realize how a marriage is supposed to work. And I don't think they really know what the men are looking for. Now, let's just say for shits and giggles that you find a rich man, because it's going to take a rich man who would want to spend $500,000 on just a ring. I'm just saying. Even if the man was rich, I still wouldn't want him to spend $500,000. I think that's a waste of money. Me personally, but guess what? I'm old school, right? I'm from old school, and apparently this mentality does not exist in today's world in mass, right? I wouldn't want my man, even if he had the money, to spend $500,000 on a ring that I'm just gonna wear, probably drop, probably my ring that I had, my original ring that my husband got me, my wedding band, I dropped it in the shower and a diamond popped out. He went and got it replaced. Years later, the diamond popped out of that one. I have several rings now though, but why would a ring have to cost $30,000? To me, that is way too expensive. That's too expensive for rings that you gonna break, lose, and then you get anniversary rings and you get other rings and stuff like that. Why do they have to cost so much? It's just a ring, honey. That ring doesn't mean that the marriage is going to be perfect. The bigger the ring doesn't mean he loves you anymore. That's what they're thinking. Oh, I would want somebody who would spend that much money on me, because you think if he spends so much, that means he loves you so much and the marriage is gonna just work and be so good because he's willing to spend all this money on you. No, that's insane. I wouldn't. We could have millions of dollars in the bank. I still wouldn't want to spend $500,000 on a ring, $20,000 on a ring. I just think any of those amounts that they mentioned is too much on a ring. One ring? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But this is why I said these women are delusional and nobody is telling them otherwise. Nobody is giving them the real, but they gonna find it out real quick. And so once again, I say these women are living in a delusional la-la land. A delusional la-la land, and they don't realize it until they're 40 years old. And they're looking around like, what? I thought I would be married by then. I thought by now. I thought I'd have my dream man, and thought I would be living the soft girl era life. I thought, what's happening? And then they get depressed because they've been thinking. It's sort of like the fairy tale, in a show. It's sort of like this white picket fence, idea of a life that back when we were growing up, that's what you would hear. Oh, I want a husband and a wife. I want a husband. I want a house with the white picket fence. I want what they used to say. What they say? I used to hear like 2.5 kids or something like that. Like if he had a kid and y'all have a kid together, or you have a kid, something like that, with a dog. The white picket fence, the perfect scenario of what a relationship or marriage should look like. This is what's the idea for us coming up. Oh, you need, the husband and wife and the house and the white picket fence and the ring, and it's all perfect. This delusional aspect of what a marriage or relationship should look like. And then when these people got into it, they realized, oh my God, this is, for a lot of them now, I'm gonna be honest, it was hell, because the expectations were unrealistic. They looking for a fairy tale. Then when they got there, they realized it wasn't a fairy tale, and then they end up divorced. Because you realize, goddamn, this ain't nothing like the fairy tale. This is nothing like the movies. This is nothing like, the fantasies that I've dreamt of. This is something else. This is work. Oh my God. He don't just cater to me. It's not what I thought. And so people go into it with that mentality, and then they end up divorcing because they can't take it. They can't take the reality of what it is. And that's why I believe that it's important to give people the real, tell them the truth, and then let them make the decision if that's something they want to do or not. Don't sugarcoat it and make them think that it's the best thing ever. And then when they get into it and they realize it's not, they're lost in the sauce and they can't handle it because they're not prepared. You need to be prepared for these things. You can't go into it with this fairy tale mindset thinking that it's going to be perfect, and it's not. And then that's why a lot of women walk away, because they're looking for a fairy tale. They're in this delusional la-la land, this space of, I want a perfect man, rich, who gonna spend all his money on me because he loved me so much. He gonna let me do whatever I want. He gonna cater to me, and I'm gonna have this soft girl life. No, baby, the majority of y'all, 9 times out of 10, y'all gonna have to work, honey. You gonna have to get a job and you gonna have to work and you gonna have to pay bills, honey. Because if you by yourself now as an adult, you got to pay bills 9 times out of 10 in this economy. You as a woman, you going to have to work. Your husband going to have to work. Y'all going to have to work together. Y'all going to have to work together. You're not going to be able to sit back and have this princess soft girl life for an eternity. No, y'all more than likely you going to have to work. He going to have to work. Y'all going to have to pay for them bills, split them bills, whatever, however y'all want to do it. You going to have to put in. You can't this is not the time to be thinking that men are just supposed to pay for everything. I said it before. No, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, baby. You're going to have to get your ass up and you're going to have to work. And you're going to have to work hard. And you're going to have to contribute however, in any way necessary. And if you don't want to do that, you're going to just do it by yourself. Either you're going to do it with somebody that's willing to do it with you, or you're going to do it by yourself. And if you got somebody, y'all splitting it and y'all helping each other. But when you're doing it by yourself, you're going to have to do it 100% by yourself. You're going to have to do it all. Ain't no fairy tale lifestyle, baby. Ain't no soft girl ever life that somebody's just going to come in and pay. Stop thinking of this delusional mindset of that's what your life going to be, because it's not. And you're just setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion. I don't know if it's Sway. Is it Sway Jones? I hope I'm saying it right. Thank you for the super chat. Says, you cooking, DeeDee. You ain't lying. My question to her would be, what about you says 500K? Exactly. And why does a ring bring more value than me asking you to marry me? Cold world. Exactly. They're delusional. Is it Swaley or Sway Jones or Swa Jones? Let me know. Is it Sway or Swa? I want to say it right. But thank you for the super chat, and you're absolutely right. It's a fairy tale for a lot of women. It's not about the actual relationship and what you have to do to maintain it. It's about a presentation. You know what I mean? It's a presentation. It's about how big my ring is so I can show my friends. Oh, and that suggests to them that, oh, he's such a great man because he spent all this money on a ring. It doesn't really speak to him and the fact that he actually proposed to you, or it doesn't speak to his character or who he really is. Buying a huge ring, spending a whole lot of money doesn't say a whole lot about that man's character and what type of man he's going to be, in my opinion. In my opinion. Now, ain't nothing wrong with a nice ring now. Ain't nothing wrong with a nice ring. I got several nice rings that my husband paid good money for. But when you talking about 20, 30, and 40, and 50, that's crazy to me. I would not even want that. I wouldn't want that. I would be the one that suggests or tell you what I want, and it would never cost that much, because I think that's wasteful spending. Y'all could do something with that money other than that. So that's just me. But these women don't know any better. They just think fairy tale. I want a soft girl. Marriage is going to be a soft girl life, and we're going to be so great, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the roses. No, baby, they're in for a rude awakening. Straight up. And nobody is telling them that. And in fact, they're telling them that that's what they should expect. That's what they should be looking for. But listen, life is real. Relationships are real. Marriage is real. The world is real. And it comes with complications. It comes with ups and downs. It comes with back and forths. It comes with a lot, baby, in general. So you can't possibly think that when you get in a marriage that you just going to have the easiest life and he's supposed to have it hard. Because for you to have the easy life means he has to have it hard. And then they talk about getting married and he helped us with my career, and you want kids and you think you're going to come into a marriage with a man who has that kind of money and he worried about a career. No, he probably wants you to be a housewife. He wants you to be at home raising his kids, making sure that his kids are being taken care of and raised properly. He's not going to want a woman who's out here chasing her career. And that's another thing that they get twisted. You think a man who's going to provide for you 100% of the time is going to be, and he got the money to be able to do that, he's going to want you to be at home, making sure, having them kids, raising them kids, taking care of the household. And that's the part they don't realize. They think that, oh, they're going to get married and pop out some kids, send them to the nanny, and oh, now I'm going back to work and get my business growing, and I don't have to be at home and we'll have people to pay. No, baby, they're setting these women up for failure. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, Sway Jones. Thank you. What's going on, Trey? Trey and change his name, child, to Trey Fairway. It says, meanwhile, the man is happy to just wear a rubber silicone band, shaking my head. Successful MD says the soft girl era is synced with wigger mortis. Lord have mercy. Y'all a trip. Thank you, Successful MD. A hot mess. Oh Lord. It's crazy, y'all. It really is. It's insanity. But you can't tell them nothing. It's pronounced swa, not sway. Okay, gotcha. It's pronounced, that's what I kind of thought, but I wanted to make sure. It's pronounced swa, not sway. It's all love, though. It happens all the time. You cooking with 2 pots. Dope work. Thank you so much for being here, Swa Jones. I appreciate you once again for the super chat and for being here. Thank you. Latrell says, these types of women deserve ring pops instead. All right. Thank you, Latrell. They don't even deserve a ring pop, child. They don't want to do anything. That's the thing. That's the problem, Latrell. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for the super chats and for hitting the like button, y'all. Let's see. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. So we got the likes up. I appreciate y'all so much for doing that. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the super chats, you guys. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, so, you know, exactly. When I come across someone that doesn't have no skills and hobbies, I spot a monster, aka a villain to stay away from. And these Western women, they act like villains. I mean, they do. They're living in a fairy tale. They're living in an alternate universe. They think everything's supposed to be easy and small. Because if you got a man, they think it's supposed to mean he just take on everything fully. And I don't agree with that. I think, yeah, that's, you become a helpmate to him. So y'all help each other. Y'all work out. It don't mean that when you get married, you just drop everything and it all goes to him. No, you work hard to build your life up in your career. So when you get married, what's the difference? You still got to work hard. It's not, you just don't sit back and have an easy. Now, there are moments where your life can be easy. Of course. Mine definitely got easier. But what I'm saying is it's still work. I would never sit here and lie to any woman and say, oh, my marriage all these years was just a walk in the park. No, it's hard work. It's hard work because I don't know why women think when they get married, oh, you know, it's just, you don't do anything. No, if you're talking about raising a family, that's work within itself. Raising children, taking care of a household, that's work within itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, you just sit back and do nothing. You don't have to do anything. No, you got to raise kids. That's not easy. That's not easy. That's not easy. That's not an easy job to raise people, individuals, to take care of them, little babies, all the way up to they're grown, like, and be there and teach them and raise. That's not easy work. It's gratifying to me because I got to be home with my kids and raise them, but it's not always easy. I'm just saying it's a wonderful. I'm thankful that I was able to do that. I'm thankful for that because most people don't get that opportunity, and we're not rich. But I was still able to be at home and raise my kids. And I'm grateful that I was able to, that I have a husband who was able to put me in that position to do it, even though I wasn't all as grateful at first about it because, you know, once again, I was taught that you should be out working. You should be taking care of yourself. Now, why would I need to do that if I got a man who wants to take care of me and his kids and have me there to raise. He didn't want daycare for his kids. So this is why I say most men will prefer to have their wives be at home and raise their kids. They don't want to always put their kids in daycares. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in those daycares. And I wasn't really too keen on it myself, but you know, it's that single woman, single mother mentality that tells you these things to make you think singularly, and make you think about you and not the whole picture. Usually men think of everything. We only think about what benefits us. We don't really think about the whole picture and how it's beneficial to the whole family. But men do in most cases. At least the men who understand, you know, what they should be doing and understand family and they care about their families. Yeah, they look at the bigger picture, not just one side of it. They look at it all. So yeah, those are things, you know, I had to learn. And that's why I say, listen, it's not a walk in the park to be at home raising children. It's rewarding, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know? And a lot of these women don't want work. They want to have the babies and jump out and go back to the streets and do what they want. And they think that that's going to be acceptable from the man. You notice they never talk about what he might want. You don't know what the man wants. Does he want you to go out and have a career? Does he want you to be at home? If he got $500,000 to buy a ring, I'm pretty sure he don't need you to go out and work. I'm pretty sure he want a woman at home nurturing and being there to be his support and take care of the kids. I'm just saying. 87 Steven, thank you for the super chat, says, that's why I love the old TV sitcoms that teach folks real life issues and not fairy tales. Exactly. Exactly, 87 Steven. Thank you for the super chat. Because at least they were more realistic. At least they were more realistic. Her dress is $17 though. Probably less than that. Probably 10. Probably 10. That look like a $10 dress. Ain't nothing wrong with a $10 dress. I'm here for it. Trust me. Ain't nothing wrong with a $10 dress. But when you wearing a $10 dress and you talking about $500,000 ring, something's wrong with that. Definitely. So yeah, it's just wishful thinking in my opinion. Andre Woods, thank you for the super chat, says, crazy thing is, Census Bureau says 2.1 million black women are single mothers. Dang. But 1 out of every 4 black men are stepfathers. That's 5 million black men. That is crazy. I think those numbers are bigger than I imagined, Andre. Thank you for the super chat, Andre. I appreciate you. That is crazy. That really is. Thank you once again, Andre. I appreciate you. Programming messed him up. Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I think definitely programming messed him up. What's going on, Queen of Vibes? How are you? You got a man. You got to get a man first. Talking about a ring. Exactly, Lord. Exactly. It's all backwards. And, it's unfortunate because a lot of these women are going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm just saying. And the older women are not telling them anything. They just want them to fall into their trap. Let's continue, y'all.
Men have to initiate everything. Why is the thing for dating these days, if a man isn't doing everything, he's not interested in you? A lot of women say that you're not supposed to show your emotions or show that you like a man until he shows it first. Some people say a relationship or dating a man will only work if he's head over heels in love with you first and then you show him love. Some people say you need to be a mean girl in order for a man to like you. Be mean to him and then you'll get him, sis. Like, be mean. Like, men like to chase mean girls. Like, men love when you don't like them. So if you love a man, don't say it. Don't show it. Don't act like you love him. Don't show him that you love him. Don't check up on him. Don't text good morning first. Don't do any of that. You just need to be really mean and be stuck up, and then the man will love you, and then the man will fall for you. And then if you are the type of female that shows that affection and that love and that reciprocated energy, you're somehow dumb. And you're a pick-me for doing that. And that's the reason why he did you wrong. Are y'all okay? Like, are y'all okay? If I like somebody, I'm gonna show them that I like them. I'm not gonna move heaven and earth for that person when I just met them, but dang. And we're talking for like 2 months, and I see he having a rough day, I'm gonna buy him lunch. If I'm out at the store and I see something that I think my man would like, I'm gonna buy it for him and give it to him just because. Like, y'all.
God forbid that you actually be a nice and a good person to somebody that you like. But that's the key word, somebody that you like. That's the part that they're not adding into it. They look at everything as transactional. And it only becomes that way for somebody that they settling for and not the person that they actually care for. The reality is that it's different rules for different people, and women don't have rules for the men that they truly adore and the ones that they like. They're going to go heaven and high water. They're going to drop all of the rules. There ain't no real barriers to entry. Ain't none of that. They're going to chase. They're going to do whatever it is that they got to do to get the thing that they want. But the problem is that nobody cares about anybody anymore. Nobody loves anybody anymore. You got single people keeping people single. Bitter people keeping people bitter and single. And so nobody actually cares about the well-being of other people. And they've been so freaked out. They've had so many different experiences that now the only thing that they care about is transactional relationships because they can't connect with anybody anymore. And the reality is this, the guy that they really want, again, ain't no rules. She gonna be nice. She's gonna put the other guy in her phone as food. And this guy over here, he gonna be able to bust it down for a real one for free, and it ain't gonna be no barrier to entry. So when you see women say stuff like this, it's only because they're trying to create a barrier to entry so that he can qualify himself because they're not really checking for him like that in the first place.
Dating.
Listen, no lies detected. And I think, once again, I do agree that single women are keeping women single. They're giving them horrible advice to keep them single on purpose. Horrible advice to keep them in the positions that they are in. They're miserable and they want company. They want younger women to fall in the same traps that the traps that they chose. They're not even trying to help these women do better. You know you made a mistake, but you won't tell them that. You keep giving them the same horrible advice that you know is not going to benefit them because you hate to see them do better than you. And so you keep perpetuating this ideal, all these different reasons of how you should be with a man, and it's all false and it's all wrong information. Oh, be mean to a man. Men like mean women. Men like this. The funny part of it is these women are telling other women what men like, but they're not listening to what men are saying. If you want to know what men like, just listen to them. They all over social media now. Men are telling you what they like, what they don't like, but for some reason, they don't want to hear it. They've been conditioned to think that they should not listen to a man and you should not listen to what he has to say. That's the conditioning. That's the brainwash. And it's all set up for you to fail. Oh, marriage is not the end all be all. Okay. If that's okay, well, don't choose that. Live your life and be happy, but they still are unhappy. That's the gag. And I just think, once again, if you really want to know what men like, go talk to a man. That would be your best bet. Go talk to a man. Go ask him what he like. What do he want in a woman? What's your deal breakers? Like, ask a man. Stop asking these single, bitter old women because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They've never known. They have not been successful in any relationship that they've ever been in. And how do they know what is going to work when it hasn't worked for them? How can you tell somebody else what is going to work for them and what a man won't do when you have never had a stable relationship with a man? You have not a clue. So to me, go to the source, go to men, ask men what they like. Men have said, they asked a man, ask men, do you prefer natural or BBLs? That video all over social media. They say natural. Every man said natural. They asked the women, so do you think men like natural or BBLs? BBL. When the men told y'all they like natural, but you gonna make it up in your mind, well, they don't really like that. That's what they say, but this is what they go. No, they might go sleep with you because you got a big back and a big butt. They'll sleep with you, but are they marrying them? Hell no. The majority of these women with BBLs, guess what? Are single. They're single as hell. The majority of these women with these big backs and big butts are single. These big fake asses, they're single. They're going on these trips, getting that white stuff put on them big asses, and they out here doing whatever on these trips with these girls trips and these foreign people. And that's how they got to get it in. Men aren't even taking them seriously. A lot of these women with these fake aesthetics and all this stuff, these surgeries and stuff, the majority of them are single. They're by themselves. They are. It's just a fact. So if men are telling you they will prefer natural, and on top of that, you see the majority of these women who get this stuff are single, that ought to tell you something. They're telling you, but you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. Somehow you don't believe what they're saying, but you trust in what these women are saying who don't have the outcomes that you're looking for. Use the education, use the degrees that you have, use it wisely, use it to your advantage. What's the point of saying you got degrees and you're so smart and educated when you don't know, you're not using your so-called smartness. You're not using your education. You're not using your degrees, honey. You're not using common sense. If you got all these degrees, you should understand common sense. Seriously, use it. Avenue 77 says OnlyFans UK owner plans to sell its platforms for $8 billion. They better hope Elon Musk doesn't buy, but please ban that transaction site. Yeah, if they get rid of OF, these women are gonna be lost in the sauce. It's gonna be an epidemic of crying women. they ain't gonna know what to do because they don't know how to go work regular jobs. They're gonna be upset, baby. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem if that happens. I'm just saying. Thank you, Avenue 77. I appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem, y'all, if that happens. A lot of these women, that's their last go-to, to sell that box. That's the oldest. What y'all call it? The oldest. What do y'all call it? The oldest. What it is? What is it called, y'all? Selling box, prostitution. The oldest. I guess what tricking the game? What y'all call it? The oldest sexual transaction, or somehow how y'all put it? What is it? They've been doing this for the longest. The oldest profession. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of the oldest professions. Women been doing that. They've been, that's what they would say. And back in the day, use what you got to get what you want. That means use that vagina to get you paid. This is why women have been doing that for years. And they really like, oh, as a woman, if you broke, I don't know why you broke. Because, girl, whip out that vagina, girl, and boom, voila, you got some money. That's what they tell you. There's no way a beautiful woman or a woman, period, because, she could be 500 pounds, long as she got a vagina, somebody will hit that. So, baby, don't, if you a woman and you broke, baby, that's on you, honey. Because, girl, you ain't using what you got to get what you want. So, every woman got to be a hoe. Every woman got to be for the goddamn streets. Every woman got to be promiscuous. Every woman got to not have no value or respect for her body. Every woman has to just throw that cooch out. You got a cooch, girl. Go out to hell with morals and values, girl. You got to work. You got to eat. Well, what about what y'all go to school? Don't you can't get a job nowhere. Nobody will hire you. So you got to resort to disrespecting your body and just throwing it out there, open it up to whatever because you don't want to go work. You rather use your body to get what you want, and that's supposed to be a respectable thing. Oh, respect goes all the way. They don't give a damn about that. That's why I say respectful, having respect for yourself, having morals and values don't mean jack shit to these women. It don't mean nothing. And they be looking wore out. They be looking like, how when you see, I watch the whatever podcast, and when I look at those women on there, I swear to you, they look dazed and confused. They be like, they look like they be tired as hell. They eyes be glazed over. They be looking like they starving. They be looking like they don't know where the hell they at. It's like y'all done been doing too much. Y'all done been ran through so much. You confused in the head. You like this is just work. They look tired. The girls look older than what they actually are. They look a hot mess. And that lifestyle takes a toll on your physical appearance. It makes you look hard and old. And it's not just a sexual experience, it's a mental experience. It's taking you through a mental tragedy, in my opinion. It's like you're doing too much. You end up feeling lost and confused because you're just a piece of meat. You're just a opening for any and everybody to come through. Come on, this door is open all the 24/7. You can come on through. Come on through my door. It's all good. You got the money? Come on in. That's it. I don't care. I don't know what's going on with you physically. Come on in. This is an open door policy, baby. This thing is for the streets. It's open 24/7. I'm not mentally attached. That's how they say they don't be mentally attached to it. It's just my job. And this is what you resort to. And there's no end in sight. Oh, open door policy for the rest of my life. You got old 80, 70-year-old women out here still for the streets because they don't know what else to do. That's what you call riding it or driving it till the wheels fall off, literally. You gonna ride it. We're gonna ride this thing I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off, literally, till I can't ride it no more, till it's numb and done and broken off and just overused till it falls out, till the wheels fall off, honey. till you can't, till they can't pump no more. The pumping is over. They pumped for years. It's just flat. It's done. It's either in or it's out. It's like you 70-something years old still out here hoeing, and it's like, ma'am, your time is limited at this point. You really rode it till the wheels them fell off. That's what I mean. Ain't too much more pumping and a dumping that a man gonna be able to do with that. I'm just saying. It wears out at some point, I'm sure. And it's sad, but this is what it turns into. So you may be young thinking, oh my God, I'm going to save money. They never stop. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And I don't see how you have how you're sane, you're mentally sane with all of that. I just couldn't do it. But once again, listen, different strokes, different folks. Some people okay, and if they say they okay, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you're okay with doing that. I'm not gonna tell somebody that they're not okay just letting being a pump and dump. Do you? Because if I tell you not to do it, the first thing they're gonna say is, well, who gonna pay my bills? And I can't pay your bills. So I mean, and I'm not paying your bill. So if that's your thing and you comfortable with it, I'm gonna have to believe that you're comfortable with it. But it's not something that I would recommend for any young woman go right into. Like, you have so many other options to build a career or a life for yourself. You do not have to put yourself in that position. And I want young women who may be watching to know that should be your first course of action when it comes to being able to provide for yourself. You should have more respect for yourself. That is not the route that you should go and take, or should you have to take. There are other options without just running straight to selling your body. And I think they make it sound so salacious and so easy to do and so good. And then a lot of women fall into it, and then everybody don't handle it the same. That is not, I wouldn't recommend that for any woman, that you resort to selling your body. It's not something that a lot of women could deal with long term. So yeah, it's just crazy to me, but there are a lot of women out here who are pushing that and making it seem like it's something that you could do and it's great. Oh my God. No, it's not. It's not. It is not, in my opinion. Okay, let's move on, you guys. Here we go. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, which y'all have. Hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue.
You are dressed up. You got good light. Bring the camera up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this better?
Now listen, I barely check my DMs, but I saw a DM from you. You reached out to me last week and were like, I really want to come on your show, and you have a story. How did you hear about my show, first of all? Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
I've been supporting you for so long because I love what you've been doing. Even when I was in a relationship, I used to always check your live out. So I just always liked what you was doing. And then I had a friend that was on here before, and she was on here. And then also being from King of Diamonds, one of the guys that does my brunch with me every Sunday, he was on here, Dance Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
and I'm the creator of that brunch. So he told me I should do the show.
Okay. So I don't know everything. So I'm about to meet you for the first time. I'm going to go through my list of questions. I know you told me some of the stuff in the DM, but I'll let it just come out as we do the interview.
Okay.
All right. Tell me your name again, honey.
My name is Madison.
And you're in Atlanta, right?
Yes, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
And how old are you?
I'm 51.
Oh, okay. And what do you do for a living?
I am a recording artist. They call me Cougar, and I'm also an entrepreneur here in Atlanta. I do the KOD brunch, and I also do marketing and promotions.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do too.
How old are your two kids?
My son is 21 and my daughter is 29.
Both are the same man?
No, I was married twice.
Okay.
At least she was married, y'all. At least she was married. I will give her that. XYZ, thank you for the super chat, sis. Blessings to you, DeeDee. Thank you so much, XYZ. Blessings to you as well. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. At least she was married, y'all. She was married twice. So we got to give her that, right? We got to give her something, right? Yeah. Let's continue.
When did you get divorced last?
I've been divorced for now 9 years.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aries.
Aries. So we got Madison in Atlanta. 51 is the Aries, entrepreneur, recording artist, mom of 2 kids by 2 men. She was married twice. Now the recording artist, that's the part I remember. So I don't remember it all, but you DM'd me and you told me you dated somebody famous and then you made a diss record to them. What was that story again?
Yes, I dated someone that was in one of the R&B groups from back in the day, and I redid the track. I just remixed it with Little Scrappy. It's called Ghosted because after 11 months in the relationship, he just totally went ghost.
Okay. Is it a secret of who the artist is? Do you not say his name?
I just say that he was in one of the groups, a Silk. I'll tell you, his name was Jimmy Gapes. Everybody knows who he was.
Okay. So was this record recent?
I recorded the record about 3 years ago, and me and Scrappy did the remix. Me and Little Scrappy just did the remix about 3 months ago.
Okay. Now, is he one of your children's dads?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So how does he feel about this record?
I'm sure he doesn't like it that much, but I didn't enjoy being ghosted after we were in a serious relationship.
How long were y'all in a serious relationship for?
We was in a relationship for 11 months. We met on a Valentine's Day because I booked the group to perform for one of my parties. Like I said, I book artists to perform at my brunches, my events here in Atlanta. So we met on a Valentine's Day, and that's when we started dating.
Why can y'all tell me in the chat why men ghost women? Honestly, I want to hear from the men. If you ghost a woman, tell me why y'all ghosted her. Why do y'all think men do that? Let me know. Let me know. Of course, I've never been ghosted or anything. I didn't know that was a thing, especially back in the day. But why do men ghost women? Let me know. Let me know, y'all. Chavez Greener, thank you so much for the super chat. Chat says, happy early birthday. That girl looks like Tiny Harris if you get her from Temu. y'all see, I said she look like Tiny. Oh, it's the washed out face and the hair probably and just everything. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Chavez. Chavez, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Lord, she could be Tiny's cousin, I would say. Maybe. Tiny's cousin. Let's continue.
And so for 11 months, y'all were in a relationship, not dating.
We were in a relationship. After 3 months, it became a relationship.
Got you. Did he live in Atlanta too?
Yes, he does.
Okay. And then I guess 11 months into the relationship, he just disappeared?
Yes, just disappeared. We came back from a show out of town. I had to do my brunch that Sunday. I got up in the morning. I said, I'll call you when I get done with my brunch. I never heard from him again. And the next time I found out, somebody DM'd me a picture after I came out with the song. And they said, sis, he's married. That's why you didn't hear from him again. He told me he was divorced.
Oh.
So when y'all were in this relationship, how often were you seeing each other?
All the time. He had moved out. He was rebuilding. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, I say sleeping in an airbed. I was supporting him. I thought he was just rebuilding his life after he had got a divorce, because that's the story that he had told me. So that's what I was under impression.
When did this happen? What year was this?
This was 3 years ago.
So
I've had the song now for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So 2022.
Yes.
And you haven't seen his face ever since he ghosted you?
Because we both do R&B music, I have been at a show and I saw him like about 8 months after he ghosted me. But I try to stay away from where he's at, where he's located. I don't really do his events.
Well, I want to know, did you see him with his wife? Did he approach you? Did he say anything?
No, he wasn't with his wife. He was just doing a show. I have never seen his wife, just on a picture.
So he was performing when you saw him? Like you didn't see him backstage?
No, I tried to go to the side of the stage and I tried to have a conversation with him, but he took off running.
And after the song came out, he didn't text you or say anything?
No, he had some of his family members to text me and tell me not to put out the song. It's not in my best interest. It will hurt my career. And that just made me more determined to put the song out. So, and now I remix it.
Woo! Yeah, okay. And not
Yeah.
listen, but Madison, a man might be scared to mess with you, child. You like,
But really, what the song gonna do though? What is it gonna say? Oh, that she held him down and he didn't wanna. What is the song gonna say? Like, when it ain't gonna do nothing. Nobody care. Nobody seems to care. Like, I've never heard the song. And if people didn't, I mean, did people know that she was in a relationship with him? Did they really care? I looked up the groups. I know the group Silk, but I don't remember him. I don't know. I think I do. I kind of don't remember him in the group. I don't know why. I remember the lead singer and the other singer, but I don't remember his face. So did people really even care? So I mean, to me, putting out diss records and songs only work when you're super popular. You know what I'm saying? Like when if you're Beyonce and Jay-Z break up and oh my God, and she put out a diss song, now people gonna know about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're major in on that scene, yeah, you do that, it's gonna matter. Nobody don't know her, nobody don't know him without the group a lot of times. So it didn't nobody cared. I'm just saying. I never heard of this. I don't know nothing about it and don't care. Let's continue.
they're like, you don't play with Madison because she gonna put, if you don't act right, she gonna make a song about it.
Yes. Yes. But you know, music is about emotions, so I was a little emotional from that.
Listen, here's the deal. For each their own and how you want to tell your story, after a breakup happens. But I mean, just being honest, there are going to be some men that are going to be nervous because they're like, do I want my story to be out there next? So here's the deal, fellas. Only hit her if you plan on coming correct. Because if you don't, you already know. This song number 2, she got the beat already. Don't give her the lyrics. Okay, let's start. Madison, what kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for a man that's about family, that's spiritual. Also, he has to be a go-getter and just match my fly and understand my lifestyle and not be insecure about it. I know I have a background in the past.
There we go with that. He gotta be, he gotta understand who and what I am. He can't be intimidated by who and what I am. This is what you hear from the older women consistently. You can't be intimidated by who and what I am. Who and what are you? This is what I always say. I said it the other day. You're an older woman. What intimidation factor would there be? That's why I didn't. Okay, they're so intimidated they don't want to deal with you. Maybe that's the thing. So to the fact you dated a man that couldn't even confront you. He ran off when he spotted you. He took off running. My God, I would have felt bad. Why is he running? He don't even want to say anything to me. Like, damn, I would feel horrible. If I dated a man and when he saw me, he took off running hard, like got out of Dodge, I would feel insecure. So are the men intimidated or is it that the women intimidated? Like, what's going on? Like, are they intimidated by who and what you are? What? You got a job. Once again, I don't know. I don't know what they're seeing. Like, these women see, oh, they do something. It's you're doing something that many other people do as well. It's not special. You know what I'm saying? It's not. There are many people who do music. There are many other people who sing, make music, and they're doing better at it. And no diss to her, honestly, because the music business is tough, and I get it. I'm not dissing her music or anything. I'm just saying, like, when women say in general, I need a man who's going to not be intimidated by who and what. I don't get that part. I don't. Let's continue.
But they just gotta come at me correctly. I'm never gonna write a song about somebody just doing me right. That's all I ask.
Okay, they're asking me to, because I do normally say this.
Okay.
So they want you to give 20 seconds of the song. So is it a rap or a sing? Are you a singer or a rapper?
It's part rap and part singing, so I give you the beginning of the song.
Oh,
they want you to sing, though. The request is for you to sing.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So I sing the hook.
Okay.
But I have to go into the rap, the beginning of the song, and then I end with the hook.
Okay.
Okay, so it's sleeping with a nigga in the air bed, average dick not getting a pair, riding in a buy here, pay here car, thought this nigga was a superstar, couldn't even afford me, broke ass nigga ignored me, got me out here on my grind. Have you ever been ghosted?
Wait, I heard air mattress. I heard the penis wasn't good. I heard he couldn't wash it. Child, you let it all out.
I was upset. I was upset, Kendra. That's when I was mad. Now it's just turned into a healing process for me. Really getting it out on the music helped me heal from it, to tell the truth.
Okay, sing it one more time.
No, Kendra. Oh, no.
One more time.
Okay, we'll close out with it. We'll close out with it. All right.
Okay.
What kind of man you looking for?
I'm just looking for a man
Wait,
that
real quick,
is
Madison, don't have your head cut off.
okay.
Okay. What kind of man you
Okay. I'm looking for a man that's a go-getter, someone that he doesn't have to really be wealthy, but he has to just match what I'm doing. I want to have a power couple situation, someone that's matching what I'm doing so we can grow together. That's what I'm looking for.
What are your deal breakers?
I don't really like young dudes. Even though my artist name is Cougar, I really prefer someone for 40 and up. He can't be insecure. I need somebody that's secure in who he is and very comfortable with what I have going on in my life, and I can be comfortable with him.
That ain't go with that. And the thing about it is, women say that, but when they get a real secure man who's really secure, and he don't, and he move a certain way, they don't like it. That's one thing that a lot of women always say. You want a secure man, but it can't handle a secure man. Most women can't. Most women can't. They are intimidated by him because you can't tell him what to do. He ain't gonna do what you want. Most of the times, when his mind is made up, he know what's best for him. Especially if he's been doing it for himself for a long time. You have no input in what a secure man is when he knows what he's doing. Oh, you can't have, and women like to have input. Women like to feel like they've added something to you or made you who you are. Women like to think that they created you and made you the secure man, but no. A secure man is gonna move a certain way. He's not gonna let you make decisions for him. He's gonna make the decision that he knows is best, and whether you like it or not. There's no input. His mind is made up. You just gonna have to watch him do what he do. Not saying he's not gonna care about you and be there, but they move a certain way. So when women talk about they want a secure man, no, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're not prepared for that. They're really not. They're really not. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
And also, he has to be about family. I've been dating a lot of guys that just don't appreciate coming from a big family and doesn't understand, me spending time with my family.
Okay.
Yes.
Should he look a certain way?
I used to think I had a type, but really I just like people that match my energy now. Somebody that just makes me feel good.
Okay.
Oh.
What are your deal breakers?
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Because the moment he don't make you feel good, you gonna think something wrong with him, and then you'll leave him. Tone the Virgo, thank you for the super chat. Says now I see why Buddy ran. He couldn't take those vocals, honey. That we just suffered from hearing, baby. Yeah, that's why I never heard the song. I mean, yeah, none of us ain't heard that before. Huh? Y'all ain't never heard that before. Shout out to her though, child. Thank you, Tone the Virgo. I thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, child. Ooh, child. Lord have mercy. Shout out to her, girl. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Let's continue.
I do like tall. I do like taller guys.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I don't like guys that smoke. I don't like guys that don't know how to communicate. You have to be able to communicate with me and be able to get your point across. And then somebody that is a go-getter, not just too comfortable and just want to Netflix and chill and stay in the house all the time.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Hold on. You ready?
Yes. Okay. Wait. We gotta see. Cause that person holds the camera. Who's with you?
Oh, that's my friend. He just moved here from London, and I was in the middle of visiting him. That's Chan.
Hey, Chan. Give him the phone because I couldn't really do the Kendra Cam. Have him put the phone on you so we can do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
This is be better. All right. And bring it down so we can see your legs. Bring it down. Okay, now we see you. Wait. No, bring it down, sir. You see, sir, there we go. Okay. All right, we got you, girl. Okay. We see you, mama. So, Madison, do you want the guy to be in Atlanta?
I would like for him to be in Atlanta, but I'm open to travel. I like to travel, so.
Okay. What is, you already did the age range. You say you want to date 40 and up?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm 51, so 40 to about 55.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I've been celibate now for 7 months.
Okay. Are you celibate until relationship, marriage?
I was celibate right now because I just was going through a spiritual cleanse. I think I was just meeting all the wrong men in all the wrong places. So I felt like there were some things I need to work on in myself. So that's why I became celibate.
Okay. So
Chavez Green, thank you for the super chat. Says she needs those Milli Vanilli vocals, baby. She need, yeah. You know, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. But shout out to her for trying. I'm just saying, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. Let's continue. Shout out to her. Thank you, Chavez, for the super chat. I appreciate you.
is there a goal to this or just no goal?
Well, it was up until my birthday, and my birthday was April 2nd. So now that's why I said I'm going to come on your show and see if I can get some look in dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 flaws you have to work on.
I think I'm too trusting. A lot of my friends say I'm too trusting. One of my other flaws is I'm too giving. He's adding things on.
What is he saying?
And also I could be a little bit judgmental in dating. Like sometimes I think I knocked myself out of dating some of the people I was dating because I was looking for the wrong things.
Okay, what were some of the things you were looking for in the past that you felt were the wrong things?
I was so focused on looks. I was like focused on looks. I was so focused on like he had to have a certain kind of job, things like that. But now I've been meeting men that's just they go getters and whatever they're doing, and I've learned to date people for who they are more so than judging what they do and all that other stuff.
I gotta say, I feel for the women in Atlanta. Atlanta is a tough dating market. You know, we did, I did a singles live tour, and we did like the speed dating, and we did in Atlanta. And usually in some of the cities, like the way the speed dating would work was the guys would get a chip, and they would invite the first girl they wanted to speed date with, and then everybody would rotate the girls, but you had to be invited by a guy. Atlanta was the first city where majority of the men did not want to pick the girls. Like they literally wanted to be picked. And I was like, fellas, you have to pick a girl. And they really are. And I'm not saying, again, this doesn't apply to all the men in Atlanta. So if I'm not talking to you, don't feel it in your soul. But there are a lot of, when I say princess, I don't mean gay. I mean men that feel like you gotta court them. There's a lot of men in Atlanta that feel like I'm the prize. So if you want me, how much energy are you gonna put in to get me? I didn't feel that energy in other cities, but I definitely felt that in Atlanta. So I feel for.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about men who say, "Hey, you gotta show up for me too. You gotta show me that you're interested." Is it, of course, women always try to. And Kendra didn't say gay, but she said like prince, something leading to that. So what do y'all think about men who say, "Listen, you gotta show me some love too. Like it's not all about you. I want, hey, I want to feel accepted too. If you saying you're trying to get to know me and you like me, okay, well, show me too. Should it, what do y'all think about that? Do you think that it's less manly for men to be like, show me a good time? What you got going on? Like, what you gonna do? Because for so long, the pressure has been placed on men solely to create the date, like, be the one who make the, who approach the women. Y'all gotta come up with this. Y'all gotta create. Y'all always gotta do it all to strictly impress the woman and make her feel like you're worth it. What's wrong with a man saying, "Hey, no, I need something from you too. I need you to let me know I'm worth it." I mean, is anything wrong with that? Do y'all find that? Y'all think that that's a problem, or is that sassy or zesty when men are saying, "Listen, you like me, baby, you gonna show me too. It's not gonna be a one-sided deal over here. You want some love, you want some attention, I do too. Because how do I know you really like me? Because y'all are playing games out here." Is that sassy? Is that less manly when men are doing that? I don't know. And then the idea, if when you like someone, you show that you're interested. Right. I think if you like them, you're supposed to show it. This whole idea of, oh, when he calls you, don't answer the phone on the first ring. Let it ring 3-4 times where he almost about to hang up. And that's some games that a movie told these women, and they follow that, and it doesn't work. If a man doesn't think you're interested, or if a woman doesn't show she's interested, then that man might walk off. This is probably why they ghost you, because they don't think you're interested. They're not feeling the vibes. They're not feeling the love. If you are attracted to somebody and you want to get to know them and you like them, you want to get to know them. You should be happy about doing that. Hey, put as much effort in as he's putting in. So if he's putting in effort, you put in the same, right? It's supposed to be reciprocated, right? Not just, they want men to chase behind them and be obsessed behind them and do everything for them. That's crazy. That's some old stuff. That doesn't apply in modern society, in my opinion. Let's continue.
The women I feel for the women in
It's
the
so
ATL.
true. It's so true. I go out in Atlanta a lot in my social life, and if you don't approach them, they will not approach you.
Yeah, so my prayers are with you, ATL girls. All right, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Madison?
I think I love to cook, so you're gonna always eat good with me. I love to do fun things. I'm a fun person. I love to travel, and I believe in building. I believe it's very important to be in a relationship with someone that you can build with. And I love my family, and nothing's like a good old cookout. So I think I'm a fun person to be with.
Let's do it. Madison, ATL 50.
Well, hopefully Madison get what she's looking for. Shout out to her. Hopefully she can find what she's looking for. I mean, listen, she don't seem that bad in my opinion. Hopefully she can get what she's looking for. The goal is to get what you're looking for. And if you have to, show the man that you're interested in him, and you show up for him too, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think so many women are so selfish and entitled, so they don't even know how to date, and they don't even know how to show up for a man. They think, oh well, he gotta pay my bills and do all this for you to do what? Once he do all that, what are you gonna do? Just try to give him some coochie? That's it. These men want more than just that now. They want that, yeah, of course, but they want more. What else you got after that? After them 5-10 minutes up, what's next? I mean, 10 minutes is really come on, that's giving y'all a lot. I'm just saying, maybe 2 to 5 minutes. Once that's up, what else do you have? Who are you? What do you offer? What do you bring? What do you know? Do you have some sense? Do you have something interesting to tell them? Something to pique his interest, after the sexual aspect of it. What else do you have? You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these women know that's all they have. So that's why they be like, you got to pay me because I know that's what you want. That's all I got to give you, child. That's all I got to give you. I ain't really got nothing else. So you may not want me after this, but at least I need to get something out of it. That's why they asking for those money and things, because that's all they got. Baby, you gonna take that, but at least I got some money out you. I knew you was gonna want that. You got that, because other than that, child, I can't give you no more. Nothing else. That's all I got to offer. And these are the very women who were, very vocal about men. What's the word? I can't think. I'm so tired. Men like to treat women as if they're all, they're just sex objects. Objectify them. Men just only want to objectify women. No, men don't have to do it. Y'all do it yourselves. Y'all objectify. Y'all made it clear that y'all are about the box, and that's it. You don't bring anything else to the table. You say you bring you. So you means you and your vagina and your big backs. That's what you bring to the table. You don't really offer nothing else. You don't know what to offer. You were never taught to offer anything, so you don't know what to offer. Only thing you know that men like is sex. And so that's what you got. You want it, now you got to pay me for it. It's a transactional situationship in 2025, boo. You ain't got no money, I won't talk. Because that's why they say that. You don't have no money because they know you going to want that, and they going to give it to you, but it's going to cost you. So that's it. Just put a price on it, let them know up front, and that way they know this ain't a relationship, this is a transaction. And I think men will be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So I got to get out of here. I'm tired, y'all. I was going to let the panel up, but I'm tired, y'all. I got to go to get some rest, y'all. My birthday I'm planning some stuff, and I'm worn out. My birthday is Monday, y'all. Your girl is getting old. And my son's birthday is on the 30th. My birthday is on the 26th, which is Monday. That's Memorial Day, too. And my son's birthday is on the 29th. So I'm planning some things for my birthday, and I'm doing a lot, and I'm exhausted, but I wanted to make sure I came on here again on the day that I'm supposed to come on a Friday. But we did the panel yesterday, so if I do it, I'm just tired, y'all. So I got to get some rest. I got to get my stuff together. And yeah, to prepare for my B-Day, y'all. Shout out to you guys. I hope y'all continue to have a great weekend. Enjoy your holiday, Memorial Day, the rest of the week. I probably won't be back up here until I don't know, maybe I'll film something on my little trip or whatever. Maybe I'll vlog. Maybe I'll pop up here on a quick live or something. Maybe, y'all. If I have time to do that. But I just want y'all to be safe. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. Y'all be safe out here for this holiday and all that good stuff. Yeah, but your girl is tired as hell. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. Chavez, thank you for the super chat. Says get some rest and stay laid back like Marvin Sapp's hairline. Enjoy yourself and happy birthday again. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go pay attention to the man's hairline. Oh Lord. Wait a minute, because I don't be Marvin say, oh shit. Now I'm gonna go look at his hairline and bust out and laugh, child. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Y'all talking about I'm the comedian. Y'all are the comedians. Hell, y'all are the comedians for real. Thank you, Chavez. I appreciate you. Baby, listen, y'all a trip, baby. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna go get me something to eat and I'm gonna take a little nap because I'm tired. And then I still got to get some more stuff together. But thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody watching. Everybody who supports the channel via Super Chat, Cash App, and likes, and just being here. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank y'all so much for the support. Continue to watch the videos posted on the channel, y'all. I will have videos still going up every single day. So make sure you go and watch those videos. And support those videos, y'all, and run the numbers up on those videos, like them and share them. That'll help the channel to grow. So make sure you are doing that, y'all. Y'all stay safe, be blessed. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for the laughs and the support. I appreciate everything that you do for this channel. And yeah, I would definitely continue to after this next week, I will definitely start posting more live streams, and we're gonna still have our panels for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank y'all once again. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. I will see you guys really, really soon. Y'all be safe. Take care. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.